Lots of things to see, and lots of things to touch, and lots of things to smell, and lots of things to taste. But there are some things that can make you sick, called poison.
Oh my, not a full-on danger alert, but there does appear to be an alarming increase in children mistaking medicine for candy.
Poison. 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 Poison dart, straight to the heart, mate. Now a sound boy won't partake. It's not a game, in no arcade. I shoot like a cupid, I'm causing them heartache. Cry me a river, like your last day. I was a sinner, but that's in the past, mate. We don't talk no more. What's going on now? You never wanna parlay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. No one mentioned, no one named. And I move on the track like a high-speed train that is never derailed by leaf nor rain. Relentless on a long campaign. Darts of fire with a pinpoint aim. My METHOD of delivery to bring you the pain. Poison dart, straight to the heart. And this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oh, my beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison dart, straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. As above so below, the first shall be last. Poison. 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 Darts might tear through armored plates. Accelerator alarming race. And wipe a smile off a charming face. Then stop the war by disarming states. Like whoa. Stop. Who broke the ceasefire? Grab the mic lead and choke the town crier. No matter what transpire, I slice through beef just like cheese wire. Can rain on them with a heavy artillery. Painstaking workplace, sick as delivery. Leaving them seeking a seizure, bulging veins, bust up capillaries. Enter the bloodstream intravenously. Rhyme schemes infect you seamlessly. No vaccine, conveniently. Fatalities are occurring frequently. Poison dart, straight to the heart. And this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oh, my beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison dart, straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. And above so below, the first shall be last. Poisonous, new forms more lethal. Evil spawn infects more people. They write the law, so it's legal. The poison dart is a nurse's needle. Shot first from a GP's pen. Chosen first from the DSM. To target women, children and men. So there's a remedy for defense. The reality gets much worse. Sick minds no less than perverse. They pay in the vaccine to fatten the purse. 6 months before the outbreak's rehearsed. Think about it. Let's make things clear. Inside the mind's the final frontier. Our demise has been engineered, so seek the truth or succumb to the fear. Poison dart, straight to the heart. And this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oh, my beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison dart, straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. As above so below, the first shall be last.
Get some everybody to be second.
Yeah, free the realness. What we waiting for? We know that they won't stop the war. Hard-working people break a sweat as they mop the floor. Economic crisis, no one's got the money stuck indoors. Battle for the soul and the mind, it's like tug of war. They can't have my freedom, breaking free outside the system. Mental prison, they indoctrinate from when you're infant. Demons trembling, I chase off Satan's minions. Satan is a liar, I don't play with his opinion. Chase them down, get them out, we don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here, better light and cast them out. Chase them down, get them out, we don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here, better light and cast them out. What's it like when the people at the top rent all the poor? All their resources and more. Bite your tongue, but we ain't holding back no more. Thousands in the square, we know the score. Buy a kettle, save a tenner. Boris, what you take us for? Walk a mile inside a shoe. Demons hide inside of you. Rishi Sunak, Liz, I cannot trust every one of you. Puppets of the shadow, we know they rebranded flu. Had the people scared of breathing air. Was it even really true? Chase them down, get them out, we don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here, better light and cast them out. Chase them down, get them out, we don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here, better light and cast them out. People stand together, PSYOP cannot get us ever. Free the realness and the scientists, they try and censor. Cancel culture is a snowflake error. Not forever, tell them pussies I don't cater to them ever, ever. Chase them down, get them out, we don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here, better light and cast them out. Chase them down, get them out. We don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here. Bear the light and cast them out. Chase them down, get them out. We don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here. Bear the light and cast them out. Chase them down, get them out. We don't mess about. Darkness can't reside in here. Bear the light and cast them out.
How do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
One, two, 1, 2. It's Friday night. That can mean only one thing.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
Welcome back, Andy PG.
Bit of a rocky start there, Lance.
It was a bit of a rocky start. It was a bit of a rocky start. We left the Ryan Sanders tune playing, and I double pressed the Rise Above button, which caused a false start.
Kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle. But the important thing is, yes, we're back. We are live. This is a live broadcast. I am here. Andy PG is here.
That is correct, I am.
It's Friday night. It's 8 p.m. and it's Rise Above TV, and we're live on
Currently,
YouTube.
54 peasants tuned in, Lance. That's not enough.
First of all, let's share the stream to all social media. I did forget to share it out to all the Facebook groups today. I've only just done it. So if you could do us a favour, share this stream to your Facebook, X, Insta, whatever, all these new
Shabbat Shalom, Carl Rattigan, yes, thank you.
Oh, hello, Carl Rattigan.
Yes.
Big shout out to Hungregian. We see you there.
Pamela Swan, our wonderful moderator, is here as well.
Yes, we are live and direct. As you can see, we are going to be joined by a special guest later on. Let's just get the thumbnail up. One of our favourites, Mr. Landman. Matt Landman is going to be joining us at 9 p.m. Do you like my Ramesh weather technician?
Yes.
On the thumbnail there.
Is this the anti-chemtrail technology?
Well, yeah, I would say that we might have had to deploy some anti-chemtrail technology there.
Surely, if you meditate enough, you can move clouds, though, Lance. Is that you can move stuff around?
I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Okay, so here we are. We're back again. It's episode 172.
This is a full CubeTube stream, correct?
Yeah, let's point that out straight away. We are going to be staying on YouTube for the entirety of the stream tonight. So big shout out to everyone that's already come over and joined us on Peasantron over the last few weeks. And big shout out to those who have been with us from the start on Peasantron. The new home of Rise Above and all the fresh content is Patreon. The QR code is on the screen. But don't worry, we're not forcing you to sign over to there tonight. We're going to stay all evening on YouTube and broadcast to everyone. However, on Wednesday night, we've got Midweek Raw live 16. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's maybe 17.
Yeah. And in between now and then, if you sign up to Patreon for £3 a month, your name will go into a hat. And on Wednesday night, we're going to have a prize draw. And we're not just going to fill up a normal goodie bag with some stickers and some coasters and a Ryan Sanders CD. What we're actually going to do, we need to clear out some space on the shelf. As you can see, the shelf behind me over here is full of Ramesh artifacts. There's things like...
Get some of them.
Yeah, go and get some of them. Show people what kind of stuff we've got on the shelf. We're not posting that out.
No, I know.
That's too heavy. So yeah, that's the Star of David snow globe. A lot of these things have been bought to us, for us rather.
We're not giving any of those away.
We're not giving away the gifts that the Ramish community has given to us, but what we do have is we have a number of promotional goods. Oh, the Tengu mask, of course. We've got like books. We've even got a copy of the Socialist Workers' Party magazine. I reckon that should go in there.
We have.
We took that from the Socialist Workers' Party headquarters. We've got Mark Devlin books. Who else's books up there?
We've got Prime, we've got hats.
Yeah, we've got hats. Maybe one of those hats will go in a bag. I reckon we should give away. Should we give away the Umbrella Corp beanie?
This Trump mug.
Fuck it, we're giving away that beanie, mate. Get that beanie down here. This is a one-off beanie. We've only ever produced one of these. No one's got it. This is the only one in existence. And in case anyone watched our episode, it was called Rajender 2033. And I was trolling people that were saying that we're shills. And basically I was saying that we're actually part of a large company called Umbrella Corporation.
Got some Bad Slave CDs here. I'll just put them in the bin.
No, we'll flush them down the toilet. The Umbrella Corp hat, right? So this is the shady and NGO that is actually behind the Rise Above Corporation. This is the only hat in existence. This will be going in the special prize bag, and the only way you can get in a chance for winning this prize bag is by signing up to Patreon. It's only £3 a month.
We've got Dr. Kimchi coins.
Oh, they'll definitely get one of those, 100%. I've still got half a box of those to give away.
Yes.
Maybe they'll get a mug.
What's in our ammo box, Lance?
I'm not sure. Maybe we'll crack open the ammo box on Wednesday and see what's in there. But long story short, there's not enough space on the shelf to get new artifacts.
New artifacts.
What's that? Norman Russell says, I need and some barbecue charcoal and a dicer.
What?
I think I'm at the back end of someone's little conversation there. But yeah, we need to create some space. We need to create some space on the shelf. So anyone that does sign up to Patreon, and you will get a shout out as well, obviously, you will go into the prize draw. That will happen.
The third. What are we doing with the beanie?
The beanie's going into this special prize bag.
Is it? Nice.
Yeah, because this is the only one in existence. It's been sat there. I think we should give it away.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so yeah, we can't stress enough that you need to get onto Patreon. Let's show you.
Shout out to Millsy, our new Patreon member.
Oh, is he the latest? Sign up.
Millsy.
So let me just. So I've switched the screens around tonight, so I'm a little bit discombobulated. This is like, for instance, if you were to sign up to Patreon now, this is what you've got lined up in the next week. This video here called Build the Wall. There's another video here called Multi-Faith Prayer Room. This is the kind of stuff that you only get on Patreon. This is the secret planning at Rise Above HQ. See this video, Multi-Faith Prayer Room?
Racist. What else we got there, Michael?
I'm just looking at
it's
the
fucking tiny, isn't it? So look at that. You need to look at this screen.
Yeah,
man.
I need to look at that screen. I'm looking at this
You
screen.
need to look
So
at that
we've got SOF Netherlands and an evening with David Wilcock.
awesome.
This is the Sunday night video we were telling you about. Essentially, right, the next week you've got like a whole week's worth of viewing. We promise a minimum of like 2 videos a week on Patreon. We're smashing it this week. You're getting 4. I'm just scrolling down here. Memes. Look at all these comments from everyone getting interactive with each other. You don't have to sign up for £3 to get into the comment section, but obviously to get all of the content you do, because we're putting in a lot of work for the Patreon gang.
Yeah, there's loads up there.
Should we reveal a new piece of Ramish technology?
Yeah, do it.
Should we show the people where the peasantry money's going?
Yeah, show the peasants. Show the peasants where their shekels are going.
So, let me just get rid of this QR code here. If you ever wonder where that £3 a month goes, we are constantly investing in Rise Above to make it better. And
like NASA.
And I guess this latest piece of technology has been kind of
It's been inspired by the Chinese professor.
the professor. Okay, so
He's coincidentally actually messaged Lance.
I got a message from the professor. Let me add another camera, right? Because you've got to see what's going on here. Cap on cap. Here we go. Right, extra camera, and we'll put this one here so you can see this piece of Ramish technology. Let me just put it here. This is so cool. Now, previously, we were writing things on this little micro whiteboard down here, and we were putting the camera on it so you could see. We call it the Schwabers board, right? It was quite popular.
Looks like you just put a big black key. Is that not your Black Lives Matter window, Lance?
Oh, right, this one, right? So this was the Schwabers board. This is a very popular option here on Rise Above. It's a great way for us to convey extra information. what started happening was I started drawing diagrams on the Schwaber's board that outgrew the Schwaber's board, and obviously it's a bit amateur to be using a webcam.
It
to
was
look,
for notes.
to look at this.
It was for notes.
So what we've done is we've invested in some new technology. Okay, technology. It's like this, right? All right. Obviously, I'm mucking around here, and I'm doing a poor.
The freedom you have is
This is the freedom that technology can bring you. Coming from this direction and this direction.
the freedom. You
Here,
see,
over here we have Jews, and here we have Romans. Okay.
Romans.
Right. So as you can see, there's a lot of potential here, and the way this works is I actually have this like
Oh
scribe.
my God! So, no, we
have a
haven't had
scribe thing
David
here.
Wilcox on Sarah 1088. He died allegedly.
No, we didn't actually
We
get
didn't
a
have him
chance
on.
to get him on the show before he died. But
No.
when we say an evening with,
We,
it doesn't.
we wanted to ask him about the Blue Avians.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't get to come on the show. But we were sort of reviewing him because he had died, and a lot of the controversy around his death.
When you watch the video, we weren't laughing at the fact he's turned. We were
Allegedly dead. It's not
allegedly.
it-
We're inconclusive, Lance.
It is kind of still
It's
inconclusive.
inconclusive. It's an open
You've got to watch.
investigation.
Basically, you've
It's-
got to watch the video.
It's an open-ended investigation.
Let me just. So, can someone show me some love in the comment section if you can see the benefit of this new piece of Ramesh technology and how this is going to open up so many more avenues for really like filleting the rabbit.
We're getting me one, so I'm having one over this.
Yeah,
side.
because it wasn't expensive. It's just like something we've wanted to add to the
Some
arsenal.
new Chinese tech from the
Yeah.
professor.
So anyway, I might use it throughout tonight if I feel I need to. But,
The
but
freedom technology.
extra freedom for technology.
The freedom.
So yeah, that's our new stylus, which means we can do presentations and we can
We can
write
circle
things.
stuff and-
we can
and-
write things like the professor, okay? Professor like this, professor, right? that's how it works, all right? So give me some love in the comment section. If
Imagine nobody in like watching this has seen any of Professor Yang's videos, and they're like, "What the fuck are they doing?
What the fuck are they going on about? What is wrong? What is wrong with these two? Okay, all right. I think we can get rid of that camera now because you. What's that? Is anyone showing love for the new Ramesh technology in the comment section?
Not really."
Oh, someone's saying sure. Yeah. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
being
yeah.
back at school.
Rarcon pen here,
Rarcon
Carl
pen,
Ratkin.
all right,
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Right. So how long until Matt Lamb? About 40 minutes. About 40 minutes.
Should we get to it, Michael? What else should we got?
Yeah. Okay. So don't forget, there's loads of sick new designs on the website. Quick QR code pump. I'm not going to go on about this for too long. This is the other way to support Rise Above. Hand drawn designs. Use a bit of Al Gore as well. Word to your nan.
Plain and simple.
The Black Cube word map. Okay. Right. So before we chat, and you want to support us? Go to the merch shop. Buy some merch.
Merchandise. Circle it, look.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just reiterate. In case you
This
were,
is so racist.
in case you were,
It's clearly racist.
I just get rid of this.
Professor Yang. Yang.
We need to find a quicker way for me to
Professor.
erase the screen.
Have you? Surely you should have like a big eraser.
Okay, so merchandise helps to create revenue. Revenue means money coming in. Money coming in for Rise Above. Make more media. Okay,
Circle media. Circle media.
it's how it works. Media from Rise Above. Revenue for
Means we have more
merchandise.
freedom.
More freedom.
More freedom.
Revenue means freedom.
It's freedom.
Okay, you get the idea, right? we are going to hear from the professor tonight. Actually, we've got some.
He's
clips.
one of our new favourites.
He's definitely one of our new favourites.
Yeah.
We've got so many clips lined up here. Right. I keep looking at the wrong screen.
I know,
Right.
stop it.
Okay. We need.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Sheep Farm. Dom Waterson. Right.
Sheep farm. Farm.
As you can see on the screen, this is a new book, and it's by Dom from Sheep Farm. So we've got to give him a massive shout. But first of all, I actually need to apologise to Dom. Dom, mate, if you're watching, I'm really sorry. I didn't mug you off. Dom, back end of last year, actually bestowed upon me a great honour. He asked me to be one of the people that writes the forward for the book.
And you didn't get back to him.
I did get back to him. I promised to do it. But as you know, the start of this year has been very...
Oh, you arsehole, Lance.
Yeah, he had to ask someone else. So, Dom, I'm genuinely really sorry that I didn't get back to you.
Who did he
Mark
get?
Devlin wrote one for him, John Hamer, and someone called Matt Sergio.
Right.
bad timing, Dom. I'm really sorry,
Oh
mate.
dear, oh dear.
As everyone
We
knows,
better send Dom something off the show.
I better send him something. So let's
Send you a bottle of Prime, Dom.
let's all send Dom some love, and let's support him by purchasing this book, The Plandemic Politicians.
Where can you get it, Michael?
It's available
Through Jeff Bezos?
I don't believe it's available through Jeff Bezos. There's actually a website. I should have had the link. If you just type in Don Waterton Traitors,
Pamela
the book-
Swan will get onto that, I'm sure.
Yeah, Pamela Swan. There is a specific website link for this book. It's sort of something like traitors.com. Can someone find it?
Or is it on the Sheep Farm website?
It will definitely be on the Sheep Farm website.
Definitely, Michael.
But anyway, I'm going to get Dom on the show soon to come and chat about the book, why it's so important, why he felt he needed to get this down on paper as a lasting testament. I'm very glad he did, to be honest, because I must say, out of any of our co-padres in this game, I think Dom and Chris are really up there in the way they have done the nitty-gritty documenting of what actually happened. You know, all of us like to talk a good one. We have some great ideas, and we've all got our slang and our way to talk about. But what Dom and Chris have done have actually documented things.
The legwork.
Yeah, they've done some really good work. Someone's saying you proper conned Dom. No, I didn't. Big shout out to D's and B's. Yeah, so make sure you support Sheep Farm. Get the book. You know, when someone from our community produces something like this, we've got to support. It's really, really important. So big shout to Dom and Chris. Big shout to Sheep Farm. I'm sure they'll be in the chat soon. They usually do tune in on a Friday night. Okay, so some quite big stories. Big stories, Michael. There's some big stories in Clanworld this week.
The WhatsApp's full.
Yeah, let's tackle some of these stories in the next 40 minutes before we're joined by Matt Landman. And actually, let me just get the chat back on the screen to make it a bit more interactive. Okay, Michael.
Interactive.
Right, who's heard about this?
Yes, I saw this.
This has been talked about for quite a long time. I hadn't realised that this law had actually been passed, because to me it always sounded a little bit unrealistic about how this would ever be enforced. And there are a lot of stories in the tinfoilosphere about why there is such a war against smoking, and more particularly, it's not actually tobacco there's war on. Apparently there's a war on nicotine, which we can talk about in a moment because there's a few ideas floating around. So, born after 2009, this is obviously UK news. UK Parliament says you will never legally be able to buy a cigarette for the rest of your life.
Michael.
So what is...
Oh, Michael.
So 2009. We're now 2026. So that is 16 years ago. Or 16 stroke 17 years.
Yeah.
I might need to get the pad out to work this out.
Don't do it. Just use the pad at all times as much as
Just
possible.
use it. Yeah, but I've got to work out how to have both of these things on the screen at once.
Right.
All right,
Can we not split the screen?
We'll get there in a minute. Now let's think about this.
Put it on its own camera.
We could. Or what I could do.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect, Michael.
Perfect. Michael.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. So you're born in 2009.
When you set up the PowerPoint presentation, now you need to put the slide slightly to the left.
Oh yeah,
so
maybe let's just always include
so
room
there's always room for us to have
for the Michael pad.
Yeah. For the professor pad.
Right, now let's think about this logically. You're born in where is it? You're born in 2009, which means you're just turning 16.
Or
Have I got that right?
you were.
Because like, what's the important thing about 2009?
Well, it's a whole year, isn't it? I mean,
the current age of smoking is 16. Are we correct?
If you were born in, if you weren't, you might have turned. If you were born in December or June, you're going to be. Do you know what I mean? It's different.
Right. Can we agree? Can we agree that someone that's born in 2009 is basically just turning 17, or is it turning 16?
I'd say that. I'd say
so. Either way, right? You are turning 16, 17. So that means that someone that's born in 2010 that is currently 15, 16 will never legally be allowed to buy a cigarette. Am I understanding that correctly?
Or cigar, anything.
They'll never legally be allowed to buy a smoking apparatus.
No.
Right? For the next couple of years, when they ID kids for fags, this will be easy to enforce, right?
Yeah.
Because the kids that will be either side of this barrier are going to be like 1 year apart, right?
1 year.
But they're all going to be in the age of adolescence. Okay? They're all of an age where you might get ID'd for fags.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
So the person IDing the people for fags over the next 3 or 4 years is going to...
Always has to ID them.
Well, yeah, that's where I'm going, right?
Yeah. Challenge 25, isn't it?
Right. Okay. Well, that's okay. Challenge 25. But do they really ID people that are 25 years old for fags? Maybe if you look
Mate,
young.
I got ID'd last year
Okay.
for fucking Rizzlers in a Waitrose.
What I'm trying to suggest is that the enforcement of this over the next couple of years is understandable and viable. What about in 15 years' time?
This is the thing.
In 15 years' time, the people that are bridging this 2009-2010 birth gap are going to be 35, 40 years old.
Well, they're going to have to. They're going to have to ask for everyone's ID to buy
Okay.
any tobacco products, aren't they? That's the only way to do it.
So, how do you currently get ID'd for tobacco products? What is the mechanism of getting ID'd?
If you look,
Who's IDing you?
the person who's selling to you.
A person is.
Yes.
A person
I
is
see where you're
IDing
going
you.
with this.
See where I'm
I see
going?
where you're going.
So, although it might seem really unrealistic in 10 to 15 years' time for everyone that's selling cigarettes to be IDing everyone up into their 40s and
I see
then
where you're going.
50s, right? It would be ridiculous to try and enforce that. And what incentive does the shopkeeper have? Because it's not like people are going to be stopped in the street that are smoking and can I see your ID to see if you're old enough to be smoking that, right? So we are going on the assumption that this will be enforced by a person. Well, I'm gonna say that the likelihood is that in 10 to 15 years there won't be any people selling cigarettes legally,
And there won't be a need for a physical ID to present to whoever or whatever.
they'll be bought from a vending machine. They'll be bought from an automated vendor that will be activated by you know what.
Or they'll just release the nicotine directly into your Schwab link. Directly to your
No,
brain.
nicotine will be banned, comrade.
No, I know. It destroys the
Nicotine is,
nanotech.
and reptiles are allergic
Yes,
to it.
yes.
It's basically like garlic for vampires.
Yes.
Nicotine to reptiles is
It's
what
the-
garlic is to
yes.
vampires. So, yeah, I had to think about this. This screams out to me that this can only be enforced in the future by digital ID. But of course, what that also means is it's going to create a huge black market for tobacco. There already is
Black
a
market.
huge black market for tobacco. But what I'm also going to say is that I think that this will push the price of tobacco down in the black market because basically legal tobacco will be completely off the menu for everyone. So that price of the shop that's hugely inflated by the tax. Right now, the black market for tobacco is mirroring that price and coming down by a percentage to be the black market. But when that government tax price doesn't exist anymore to be the benchmark, then the black market will just be, the price will be set by supply and demand. And everyone can undercut everybody else.
Yeah.
So
Like they
you'll
do
just
with-
have loads of dirt cheap, poorly regulated tobacco everywhere.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
They're going to start. People are going to start growing tobacco like they're growing cannabis.
Yeah.
You get like tobacco farms, underground tobacco farms.
There already are underground tobacco farms.
Are there? I
Yeah,
didn't know about
because you can grow tobacco. It's not as obviously it's not as illegal to grow tobacco as it is to grow weed.
It's not illegal to grow tobacco in the UK.
I think you need a license.
No, I'm a member of UK Tobacco Home Growers.
Oh
on
really?
Facebook. Yeah.
Oh okay. Okay. Right. So yeah, this law has come in. This law is now active.
The reason I don't like this is because this is a claim on someone else's body. Like if someone wants to smoke, it's their right. It's not the government's. Should not be interfering with. You know, do you know what I'm saying?
Oh well, no, absolutely. I mean, are we naive enough to think that they're really doing this because they care about peasants' health?
No, but that's their justification for it.
Sure.
That's what they tell everyone. We know they're not doing this for everyone's health.
But
How's that blunt, lads?
this.
Yeah. How is it?
It's good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Those people, 2009, they'll never know. They'll never know.
Are they going to come and ask me if I've got any tobacco in my blunt? I doubt it. Okay, right. Next story. I think we can get. We'll get rid of the shop.
You remember back when you were a kid, asking people going in the shop, "Oh, can you buy us a pack of fags, mate?
Yeah.
Can you buy us?" Yeah, that will be happening.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Way more than it is.
Yeah,
now.
you'll have 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
Asking 70-year-olds, can you go and buy us some fags?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Funny though.
Okay. So this is kind of related. We've got a story here, and we've actually got Jason Brashears' response to it. The story, that's awesome. The story is Trump signs executive order directing FDA to expedite the review of breakthrough psychedelic therapies.
This is a holographic construct.
Now, we all know that Joe Rogan has been an advocate for psychedelic therapies for a long time. Before anyone really knew about DMT, he was a big proponent of it, making little info videos about it. As far as I understand, the main active ingredient of this executive order, or the one that everybody's making noise about, is actually one that most people have never heard of. It's iboga, or the pharmaceutical version is ibogaine. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of that.
Yeah. It is very, very powerful. I haven't sampled it myself, but I've spoke to people that have. What do you know about it?
All I know is I watched that Hamilton's
Pharmacopoeia.
Yeah, Pharmacopoeia. That's it.
Hamilton's
When
Pharmacopoeia.
He was doing it.
Apparently, it is like going to hell.
Wow.
It's like literally going to hell.
See, that's horrible. Like,
Apparently it's the worst thing you can possibly imagine.
Why would you want to do that?
Oh, because you don't take people that are well don't take this. You take this if you have serious psychological problems, or the people that
Again, why? Why?
well,
If you're already fucked up, why would you want to go to hell?
the idea is that once you've been to hell, you have a spiritual reset and you come back and you're just so happy to be alive.
What if you stay in hell?
Well, hopefully you don't.
Right.
But basically, what the worst addicts that can't be cured of whether it's alcohol, heroin, or crack or whatever, the people that are literally falling to pieces, killing themselves on a daily basis, they go and take this over.
Much like Dr. Octavia with his toad powder.
Yeah, it is like
His
the
toad
toad
crystal.
Yeah, the toad shaman is similar, but this is more dangerous, more hardcore. There's no
So
therapy.
what is this? Like an opiate hallucinogenic? What?
It is a some sort of entheogenic jungle alkaloid, right? But the idea is that instead of blowing you out of the top of your head, like DMT does, this will send you down to the deepest nakara of the depths of your soul. And you will. Some people.
To the cliposphere.
Yeah, basically sends you to the quiposphere. Some people that have taken this have reported basically being in the quiposphere in bondage, face to face with themselves,
Schmooling.
and for like 10 hours, and then they're just going like that in their own face.
Right.
With the quiposphere, like,
Just doing its thing.
like schmooling around
melting.
them. Yeah. I've never, I've had similar experiences on DMT. I certainly don't feel the need to do this. However, it is interesting.
This sounds horrible.
Yeah, but this is basically used to treat people that have absolutely no hope. It is interesting that Joe Rogan is spearheading this with the Orange Messiah, and you've obviously got RFK Jr., whatever he's called.
Jason just did a fucking mini hit piece on Joe Rogan on one of the start of his videos.
Jason is going after all these people. So
I think the guy's called Matt North. He did the legwork, followed all Joe Rogan's sponsors. The guy's now missing. He did a video about it. The video's not on YouTube. I think it's on BitChute or Odyssey. He said, but yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But the dude's gone missing. And he followed, and it's the same Jewish funding essentially.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, what does Jason have to say about this? Jason said, in the near future, when dangerous medicines are forced on the public and FDA approved rapidly by presidential pressure, it was laugh at you for eating bugs, Joe Rogan, who opened the door for everything that follows. Rogan has been in this club from the start. They have to introduce something like this first to open the door. What follows will be the real danger. Okay, so I don't think Jason is necessarily casting shade on the psychedelics that are contained in this executive order. But what he's saying is this is setting like a new precedent. It's like opening a door.
The door's open.
The door's open that now you've got like the most power. Let's face it, Joe Rogan is the most powerful influencer in the world for a certain sector of middle-aged and young men.
And the entirety of the right wing.
Yeah. I think, you know, he's in the top 5 most powerful influencers in the world. So this does mean something. Do you
know his most viewed podcast ever, most listened to, most searched?
Alex Jones?
No, Bob Lazar.
Really?
Yeah. It's his most watched, most viewed, most searched for.
Oh,
My man Bob.
Wait a minute. Let me go to the comment section here.
I was reading a few. People are aware in the comments that it's used to treat addiction.
Jeff Berwick. Jeff Berwick has been promoting it along with Tesla machines. Oh, I bet he has. Yep, it was offered in Anarchapulco. Dimebar, can you tell me, were they offering Iboga or Ibogaine to people in Anarchapulco? Or are you talking about this €100 a gram hash that Stanley Milgram's talking about?
Interesting, though.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on this because obviously, you know, it all started with the legalization or the semi-legalization of the research with mushrooms, because that happened like a number of years ago now, didn't it?
Well, it started with the legalization of weed, didn't it? And then they've said mushrooms, and they've been legally doing DMT, hooking people up on IVs of it for some time.
Yeah, Dr.
now.
Rick Strassman. I think there's been quite a few other studies after that. We've got a Patreon video coming up on this where we're going to review some other people's
said
work.
Not the hash, Lance. He's not talking about the
Oh,
hash.
okay. Not the hash, right. Wow, people were passing around. I can't, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but that is unbelievable that it was being offered around Anarchapulco. I was under the impression this was something you only do under like consultation. It's not like hitting a Dimitri pipe.
Well, they were passing us around the Dimitri vape, weren't they?
At Lieberpolko.
Yeah, but that's not the same as doing
yes.
the inspector or something.
It's not.
Like
that is not the same as doing the
just a little
inspector.
tickle.
You can't do the inspector when you're sat on a swing.
No.
You have to be like. You have to be lying
Yes,
down first. You know, I would never let anybody smoke the inspector that was stood up. I'd be highly irresponsible. Okay, where did we get to? Right, let's go for some right wing news. Following my my chat on the show last week about feeling radicalized, I have managed to internalize some of my radicalization this week, I think. I mean, last week, I'm not going to lie, guys, I literally felt like Tony Hawk's in 2001 stood on that helicopter looking down at that half pipe. That's how fucking radical I felt. You know, when he half piped out of the helicopter, yes. I felt really radical. And one thing that we reported on, which I was making a post about while I was feeling radical, is Viktor Orban was ousted in Hungary. And Orban, you know, the only reason we've talked about him is because he's the only European leader who's basically had a zero tolerance policy on orcs.
Apart from Poland.
Apart from Poland, yeah. Sorry, there's another exception to the rule. You know, we'd covered them saying they would shoot migrants who break over the border and stuff like that. When one country's doing something so radically different, you have to sort of pay attention. So Orban was ousted. And this guy, Peter Magyar, came in, and all the leftists, all the Sorosians and that were all celebrating.
Hillary Clinton, Obama,
including Alex Soros himself.
Alex Soros.
They were like, "Oh, Hungary is free from the clutches of right-wing popularism." Hi, Kelly Anushka. And they were all celebrating, and a lot of people on the right, or people that aren't retarded, as we like to say, they.
The problem is you're a fucking retard.
Thank you, Annie PG. They were gutted, saying, damn, so much for Hungary. Hungary's going to fall now. They're just going to go infinite refugees. Can't wait to check the crime stats and do a little comparison in 3 years to now. Everyone was ready with their per capita calculators out. Do you know what I mean?
We said it. We said.
Yeah, mate. I said it too. I made a whole post about this.
Yeah.
I'm not calling anyone out here. I'm actually talking about myself. Well, I was wrong.
What actually happened, Lance?
What actually happened is the complete opposite.
Is this?
So I saw a post the other day, which I shared with Annie PG, and it was someone, I can't remember who it was, saying they've pulled the ultimate bait and switch. This guy was actually Viktor Orban's...
Becky S found it.
Yeah, Becky S found it. This guy was Viktor Orban's right-hand man for years, and he defected like 3 or 4 years ago, pretending to become opposition. And what he's done is just started another party that's exactly the same. And what this post was suggesting is the only reason that the globalists and the Sorosians didn't pick up on it is because no one bothered to learn Hungarian. Hungary, although it's sort of Central Europe, it has a very unique language.
It's got its own twang to
A
it.
lot of the Slav countries, they can understand each other. No one can speak Hungarian. It's its own thing. It's like Finnish. It's not as weird as Finnish, I don't think. But anyway, and it seems that this is true.
Maybe they don't teach Hungarian at Vale or...
No one speaks Hungarian at Davos.
No.
Do you know what I mean? They either speak French, German, or English. That's it, or Yiddish. Right. So what is he actually? What has he actually said? Because
Yiddish is the first language.
Yiddish is the official language of Davos. Michael. Mate, that was the trilogy of Michael Jackson there. Good work, Andy PG. Right. Okay. We're cooking. So. What they expected
Gas mark 33.
was infinite diversity forever for Hungary.
Open borders, Michael.
But what actually happened? What happened, Andy PG?
So this gentleman, the Magi, we're calling him here on Rise Above.
Pete
he
Magi.
said, we will not accept any pact. In fact, I'm going to reinforce the border fence even more.
Wow.
He's doubling down.
How can you reinforce?
He said that with his yarmulke on.
Yeah, he was wearing a
He's
yarmulke.
wearing a yarmulke.
How can you reinforce a border wall even more when the last dude said anyone that crosses this border wall we will shoot on sight with live ammo? Right.
This is like
That is strength. You've got to respect that.
Yeah, it's highly. But again, I said to Lance when we were discussing it on the WhatsApp, but it would take a sneaky Jew to pull this off.
It's an amazing switcheroo.
Yeah.
So he's going to go even further than shooting
even
migrants
more
on sight.
right wing.
He's also saying,
It's clearly racist.
although he's wearing a yarmulke, he's saying we will arrest Netanyahu when he comes to Hungary.
Raw.
So what
that was allowed.
right? What am I thinking about this? Because are we? This is kind of a unique position.
Yeah, it's great. This hasn't happened
to be
before. This hasn't happened yet.
Because Orban was pro Netanyahu.
He was, yes.
So this guy
This could be pro Rupert Lowe.
He's anti Netanyahu. He's anti Netanyahu, and he's also anti Netanyahu policies of the left hand. He's anti right hand Netanyahu.
He's also anti-Bolshevik.
And he's anti-Bolshevik.
Because we've speculated before.
But he
that
also wears a little hat. What the fuck is
the
going on?
right-wing Jews bomb everyone, and then the fucking left-wing Jews bring them in and move them around to everyone else's country.
So whether you're opposing Israel's aggression or whether you're saying infinite orcs, you're still helping Israel both ways. You're still helping. Even if whether you're pro-Israel, anti-Israel, or infinite orcs, you're always helping. But this guy, he's
You're
going
also retarded.
He's going 0 orcs and death to Netanyahu.
Yes.
While wearing a little hat. I'm confused, Andy.
That's
PG.
amazing. It's amazing. I like it.
Do you know what it makes me think?
I wonder what Shmuley said about this dude. He must be absolutely just seething, foaming all over his pubic beard.
But Shmuley should like this guy because this guy doesn't let Muslims in his country.
No, but Shmuley's all for like.
Oh, he's obviously for Netanyahu.
Far liberal. Yeah, but he's liberal, isn't he? He's like,
Yeah.
he's LGBTQ.
Do you know what it makes me think? Oh yeah, by the way, I saw one of our viewers in the comments to the clip of this that went out. He said, Magyar is a name of people that are very close to the 13th tribe.
Yeah, we looked it up, didn't we?
Yeah,
we
but the
looked it up in
13th
video.
tribe of Israel.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe the Aryans, Lance.
Do you know what it makes me think?
I wonder what his thoughts are on Iran. If he's obviously
He's
not down with
he's
Satan,
pro-Aryan.
Is he
He's pro-Iran.
pro-Aryan?
What it makes me think, because I'm trying to wrap my head around this huge juxtaposition, right? What it makes me think is that maybe those those colonial Aryans that wear a little hat, right? Because it's not as simple as we think.
Crypto.
No, there are people that are Aryans that wear little hats too, that are half and half. Of
What,
course.
in Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
yeah.
Aryans,
And
yeah.
Iran.
Yeah. Well, maybe they were just making some countries that are Israel backups. Like,
Oh, that's a good point.
you
isn't
see
it?
what I'm saying?
Yes.
that would make sense
Ethnically pure.
because they're actually
And
because
Satan Yahu's Polish.
yeah.
Satan Yahu's Polish.
Because although he's saying death to Satanyahu, he's actually employing Satan Yahoo policies for his own country, isn't he?
He is.
Very interesting what's going on here. We've got to keep an eye on this guy.
we have.
Pete Magi.
I don't think we can't make a decision yet.
No.
I need to know more.
It's never as simple as we think. Oh, big shout to Danny Street. He said he's listening from a hospital bed.
But then
get well soon, Danny Street.
But then I saw Denmark have now elected a what's described in the media as a far right PM. He's like fuck immigrants. They're all going. He's very Rupert Lowe. So is this then like if this is happening in multiple countries now? The pendulum's going the other way.
Well, we're about to. Maybe we're getting past the problem. We're actually at the reaction stage of the.
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, we are.
And
yeah,
we're
yeah,
almost at
reaction.
solution.
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
The solution is becoming ever more clear. It's super right wing police state.
Nazi police state.
Yeah, basically.
Gestapo.
With people like this in charge that look like him.
Yes. Yeah. I like that one because it fades itself out.
I can't lie. I mean, that's obviously not a good look, but it's better than living in Mordor, isn't it?
I said on Patreon the other night, it's better. I would take the.
That's the crazy
I'd take
thing.
the fascism over communism. Obviously, both are bad, but if I have to choose one,
It's like even when you know that you're living through a psyop, you still like, well, okay, well, this is what's on the table.
yeah.
Infinite orcs.
Yeah, that's the menu.
AI police state. I'll probably just choose AI police state.
It's like when somebody else books a restaurant or a pub that you have to go and eat at, and there's nothing on the menu you really like,
Yeah.
but you have to have something because you're with your mates or
Yeah.
your family or something.
Yeah, you have to eat something, or you're just going to
So-
get pissed. Okay, right. Let's get a bit more controversial. I haven't heard from You've Been Nudged for a little while.
Stolen my childhood.
Excellent. But he sent me an email the other day, and I've just screenshotted the top line of the email that shows the attachments. And sometimes what he sends me with the memes is almost like a cryptic meme message about sort of like a theme.
He's giving you like a selection here, like a pick and mix, Lance.
Yeah, but they're not all memes.
No.
Right, so I thought we'd just go through them. So this has been a big story in the last 2 weeks.
What is this creature here, Lance?
So
what is that?
This is a picture on the front of L'Espresso, which is an Italian magazine, and it's allegedly a picture of an Israeli Hasidic settler militiaman who is hassling this Palestinian
What is
woman.
it, Lance? Look at its mouth.
Now, I'm going to read out what some of the responses have been to this, because it kicks up a big storm. This magazine got in a lot of trouble for posting this. An Italian magazine has sparked controversy after featuring a photograph of an Israeli soldier on its cover. This guy is not a real soldier. He doesn't fight for the IDF. He's a self-appointed Hasidic militiaman, and the only thing he does is do this to Palestinians. He's actually quite famous. He's done it. He does it all the time. Drawing sharp criticism, this picture, from Israel's ambassador to Rome. The ambassador to Rome condemned the publication, stating that the image feeds stereotypes and constitutes a hate crime. Escalating tensions over the editorial choice. The photograph taken in the West Bank by Italian photographer Peter Mazzuru has fueled debate over media representation and the boundaries between artistic expression and political sensitivity. So not only has the ambassador to Rome from Israel said that this photograph is a hate crime, other people were claiming that it's AI and it's been photoshopped to become an anti-Semitic trope.
That's a great one if it is.
Yeah, there's a problem though.
Yes. Yeah, well, yes. Because
This hasn't been AI'd. It hasn't been photoshopped. There are dozens of photos of this guy, and there's lots of footage of it because this is what he does on a daily basis. He is a self-appointed settlement militiaman. and he does this full time.
He's disgusting, lads. Look at it.
He is revolting. This is the face of the Israeli settlers.
Yeah.
From here on in, we are getting so iconic. Do you remember?
Centuries of inbreeding, Lance. That is.
I'm coming to that. Do you remember the video we made called "Build the Wall"
Yes,
about
yes,
what
I
happened
did,
with
I
that
did.
dry stone wall? And I
Yes,
said how
yeah.
this is an iconoclastic.
We made it 2 days ago.
Yeah. The people who haven't seen it yet, I'm bigging up the video. Anyway, it was a video about the young immigrant
Young
lad
orc.
who demolished the dry stone wall, and Rupert Lowe made a big thing of it. I said it was an iconoclastic moment. This is an iconoclastic moment
Yes,
as well.
I agree.
This is like a sigil, okay? Now, obviously, you've been nudged, had something to say about this.
Right here, right now, is where we draw the line.
Give me some explosions and flames in the chat if you're feeling these memes, for God's sake. Show some love to your memeticians. So, is that what's this bird? Rachel Reeves?
Yes.
Okay, and obviously,
Rachel from Accounts.
Rachel from Accounts.
Sorry, no, that's Angela Rayner.
Oh, is it Angela
Yeah,
Rayner?
yeah.
I've been paying attention with all these new people. Okay, so a great remix here, 2 remixes rather, by You've Been Nudged. Fantastic work. And
This one was great. Yeah.
Peter Mandelson with a little queer styling dog. It does get better.
Yeah, it was this one. This is
the
one I
best
saw. Yeah,
one.
yeah,
This is
with
the best one.
fucking Prince Andrew.
Yeah, so I always get a few remixes of the memes. Big shout out to You've Been Nudged. You've got to get this guy on Twitter. You've got to get him on X to see his memes. And
Peter Manderson's got the fucking Playboy bunny.
yeah, but he also sent me this, and I think sometimes he sends us things for us to look up. Drugs, sexual blackmail.
This is cryptic learning for us.
Yeah.
He's force rabbit holing us.
Yeah, he communicates with
Yeah,
pictures.
I like it.
It's really cool, isn't
It's like
it?
a tarot deck.
Yeah, so maybe we can do a Patreon video on this. Confession letters of Israel's Red Crescent spy ring. Drugs and sexual blackmail. Sounds very
Ooh,
Epstein-esque.
excellent. Yes.
Yeah, so big shout out to You've
something
Been
like
Nudged.
our Peasantron viewers would be interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
This was fucking amazing.
This is the best one. This, I think people should just take down the Star of Moloch and replace it with this
100%,
everywhere. This is
100%.
fucking amazing. Why does this guy look like this? What?
It's like Shmooly though. It's clearly by design to just make the world absolutely just disgusted at.
Can you pick up the comment
Everything
section?
about you.
I have to get a fresh drink before I go in on this.
Everyone hears that we've got clowns explosions in the in the chat here. We've currently got 158 peasant tuned in, guys. Don't forget to share the stream, share it to your nan. She's been missing out. Who have we got here? We've got Pamela Swan, Kelly Anushka, Yorkshire Robert, Hungregian, obviously, he's in there. Yes, people are liking the new Moloch sigil.
So let's have just before I go in on this, let's just have a little recap about the competition.
Get the Schwab board out, Lance.
Sorry, one sec. Okay, so I just need to just get rid of this. So remember, guys, we are running a competition in between now and Wednesday night, because Wednesday night is our next live on Patreon. And when we go live on Patreon and we do the midweek raw, Patreon. When we go live on the Patreon, it's much naughtier, it's much rawer, it's much spicier,
More Ramesh.
So Patreon is on Wednesday night. And from here to Wednesday night,
Circle it, Lance, circle it.
Patreon. From here to Wednesday, anyone, Wednesday, for anyone who joins Patreon, will increase our revenue. No, you're going to enter a prize draw, and we are going to get.
No, do it in the accent, Lance.
We will get one of our special Ramesh tote bags. Inside this tote bag, okay? The problem is, mate, I have to really get into it.
It's so good. I like it. Our viewers like it.
Okay.
Put some explosions in the chat if you like Lance's impression of Professor Yang whilst using our new Ramesh tech board here. I find it very hilarious.
Okay. So, welcome back to the end of the world. So, Ramesh tote bag, something like this. Inside, we put many things. Here, Ryan Sanders CD, something like this. Maybe Ramesh map with some stickers. All inside. Lots of merchandise. Remember merchandise like this? Okay. And one lucky Ramesh member of the community. He's going to get this bag. What he must do is £3 a month. Only £3 for Patreon.
£3?
And on the, this I can't. Right.
£3
in between here and Wednesday, £3 to sign up to Patreon. You go to the prize door to get this bag. It's super good. Listen, guys, we are going to go over to the shelf over there, and we're actually going to get some things that we've never given away before. I don't know what it's going to be yet.
I do.
Have you got an idea?
Yeah, I know what we're going to give away.
We can absolutely stuff one of these.
Just
tote
in
bags.
one tote bag. One peasant's getting it, Lance.
Okay. And if you would like to scan the QR code.
The QR?
Remember, we have 4 videos coming out from here till Wednesday. A real smorgasbord of Ramesh content activity here on Patreon. Increase our revenue. Get one Ramesh tote bag.
Revenue?
Revenue. All right. Okay. So
yeah, look, they like it, Lance. They like it. Look, they like it. Let superb chatters explode. They like it.
All right. I'm gonna work on my Professor Yang because I do like it. Okay.
If we get a £333 donation, right, Lance will do the last hour of the show.
I'll stand up with the board, put a lab coat on,
and do full Professor Yang.
No, in all seriousness, the part of the reason why we've invested in this new piece of Ramesh technology is because we have got a concept. We want to. When we did that presentation with Mark Devlin, it was a lot of fun, and we thought we could do more of it. So we've
got a good idea.
Yeah, we've got a good idea. Okay, let's just leave it there. Right, just before Matt Landman comes on in a minute, I need to finish what I was saying about this. Where's it gone? About this Israeli settler.
What's going on in my call bag here?
Is your call bag malfunctioning?
It is malfunctioning.
Got a call bag malfunction. Call out the technicians. Okay. Why can't I get the Israeli settler on the screen? Come on. Right. Why does he look like this? This is not.
Why does Shmuley look the way he does?
It's not Photoshop. This guy really looks like this.
It's so like apish. It's so.
There is a scientific reason why they look like this.
Yeah, well,
and not all people of the Cubish faith look like this. Okay, but there is a reason.
There it is. There it is.
He is of the Hasidic community. And the Hasidic community, along with the Ashkenazi population, descended from a remarkably small group of people, have found the population that lived several hundred years ago in Europe. Scientific studies indicate a bottleneck occurring approximately 600 to 800 years ago, resulting in the modern Ashkenazi population descending from roughly 350 individuals. 600 to 800 years ago, 350 people turning into millions. Now, these people we're looking at here are actually Hasidic. Regular Ashkenazi people have interbred with Goyim a lot.
Yes.
Right?
You can still see it, though.
Ashkenazi priest class look like Epstein.
Yes.
Epstein does not look inbred.
No.
Epstein, you put the golden ratio up to his face, he's not a bad-looking guy. You know, you can put the golden ratio up to people's face. This is technically why people like Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie are considered so classically beautiful, because the golden ratio matches their face more perfectly than other people. The reason that these guys look like this is because inside the Hasidim population, they literally practiced inbreeding
for centuries.
Well, for 600 to 800 years. So 300 people. How many are there of these? I think it's something like 3 or 4 million.
I'm going to Michael that right now.
Just Hasidic, not Ashkenazi. Because remember, Ashkenazi people, some of them look just like regular white people, blonde hair, blue eyes. So there is a reason that this guy looks the way he does. It's because it's
Hi, Brock. Can you tell me how many worldwide is in the Hasidic Jewish population, please? Hasidic only.
It's having a while to think about that. It's got to go through a lot of firewalls. Is it refusing?
No, it hasn't.
Wow, that's not like Grok. That is not like Grok. So yeah, there's a reason There's a reason this particular group look the way they do. There's only one way that could happen, and it's the reason that's on the screen right now.
2.1 million, Lance.
2.1 million, yeah. So I said about 3 million. So imagine 350 people. Out of those,
that's the result.
A massive group stayed breeding with themselves for 800 years to produce almost 3 million people, and that's what happens. That's what happens. Unlucky.
Because a lot of the lunar cult community does that as well, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't think they started off with a population of only 300 people 700 years ago.
No, but I don't believe. Again, I don't believe it. I think it's just one type of lunar cult sect who does that. Like the Jews do it, Islam does it, but it's only one part of Islam. There's loads of different types of.
Well, it's more of a North Asian Arab thing. It's cousin marriage. I don't know if they do it in Malaysia and Indonesia. I'm not sure. So more fantastic, welcoming behaviour from.
So hang on, hang on. So that's cousin marriage. So what are the Hasidic Jews doing to produce that?
Well, the idea
like
is
brother and sister.
No, it's cousin marriage.
That's
but
cousin
the
as well.
idea is if your whole population comes from only 350 people.
No, I get that.
And you only cousin marry, everyone in your entire population is already your
related.
cousin.
Yes.
And then you keep doing it over and over again. You know, if people in the Pakistani community do cousin marriage, they might be choosing from a pool of 1 million people.
Yeah, so it's going to.
So you've got lots of groups of people that are related, but there's still a pool of 1 million people.
Yeah. Whereas here, there's
no cross pollination when you started with 350 people.
Do the Amish do it?
I think so.
The Amish do it.
Well, they have to some extent because they're a closed off population.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah, they must be doing it.
Well, it's the thing when you have like Amish travellers, gypsy, their families are huge by nature.
Yes.
And then the extended family is bigger as well. You know, having like 100 cousins.
Yeah.
I grew up. I had one cousin. That's it.
Yeah, I had two. Yeah, two.
I had one cousin and 2 second cousins. You know, some people go, I've got 35 cousins.
Mersh. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you driveway tarmac?
So, while we're talking about
Clearly racist.
Sorry.
the Cube's chosen people, let's see what's been going on in Israel. So on the left here, this is obviously going down well in the Christian community. I guess this is kind of an iconic move here to see an Israeli soldier smashing a statue of Jesus in the face with a sledgehammer.
But according to Rabbi Shmuley, Christians and Jews love each other.
Did Rabbi Shmuley start doing all that virtue signalling about how much Jews don't hate Jesus before or after this happened?
Before.
Wow.
Before.
So he foreshadowed this event.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Great.
It is 2 minutes past 9.
Okay, well, I haven't seen Matt turn up yet. We're still
turned
waiting for him. He'll be here soon. If he doesn't, then we'll just carry on and the show might be slightly shorter. So let's be honest about this, right? This isn't just someone smashing a statue of Jesus. That's bad enough.
This is a declaration of...
This is an Israeli soldier smashing a statue of Jesus in the face with a sledgehammer, while Jesus is upside down in the cross shape.
At a holy site in Lebanon.
It doesn't get much more iconic than that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, mate.
Do you see how
symbolic?
How strong the symbols and the visuals are this week?
We'll go back. We'll go back.
Got to change it on this one. I keep doing the same thing, mate.
Yeah. We'll go back here again.
Yeah.
Sigils. So
literally, it's almost like whatever's going on in the last couple of weeks that we're making these reports on in the clown world with this sort of speeding up of the Matrix, which we keep reporting on it, but it keeps happening. Some sigils have been pumped out this week to 100%. Really enforce it.
We should put
people.
that one on a t-shirt, not the. We should put that on a t-shirt. We should put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. We'll have to remix it.
Do you know what you could do? You could have the blue lines at the top here, the horizontal lines, going right round the shirt. So it's not just on the front like a flat. You could just go right round and just have that on the front.
Well, have it like a stripy Where's Wally jumper.
Yeah, no, just go right round round and just have this dude on the front in the middle of it.
That would really be a conversation starter.
Wouldn't it?
What's everyone saying in the comment section?
Highly antiseptic.
Would you
Everyone to buy that.
Can we? Yeah, let's go to the comments.
Yeah,
a bit.
let's
we have
refer to the
been
comments.
neglecting the comments because sometimes
No, I've been keeping an eye on the comments.
So what's everyone saying? The Amish don't do it. Well, they try their best not to. Carl Rattigan, I bet the Amish do try their best not to. But again, if you're living in a town with 500 people in it,
And they don't accept newbies.
and they don't accept outsiders, it's kind of difficult not to do it.
I wonder if they view like outsiders as Goyim like the same.
Yeah, they do.
It's
definitely.
weird as well because they wear the same like style of hats, don't they? Just black
Yeah.
trousers, white shirt, and black jacket. It's very Jewish.
Everyone
It's very
can see us.
Jewish.
Everyone can see us.
It's very Jewish.
Did I told you like when I saw the Mennonites, the way they looked at me. The Mennonites. When we were looking at them, going, "Whoa, like, what the fuck?" When you see like a family of 20 people in this pristine 1950s pickup truck made out of wood and stuff,
Yes.
and this big like 17th century German farmer guy driving it with a big beard, I'm like looking at them like, what the fuck? The kids in the back of the truck were looking at all the Mexicans, just like, you dirty little brown people. That's what they were looking at them like. And then we're looking at the Mennonites thinking, you look like you've just stepped out of some alternative reality. And when they saw me and my missus, mate, they were like, they looked at us with complete disgust. Like
Really?
we were literal, just like,
Filth
two people
logs.
that had walked out of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's what they looked at us like. And it was just because they had like their little headdresses on, like Handmaid's Tale sort of white little scarf things. And I was like, wow, this is absolutely bizarre. This is unreal. Okay. So, yeah, a classic moment in the Holy Peasant War is this Israeli soldier
Airlocks.
smashing. Are those Mennonites?
Yeah, mate. They're just Amish, aren't they? Really, they're just Amish. But yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they always look like they're going to a fucking funeral? Don't they? Same as the Hasidic community. They always look like they're going to a fucking funeral.
Yeah. So, apart from Jesus getting smashed in the face with a sledgehammer by an Israeli soldier, I'm really liking UNN's content. Big shout out to Sean. What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah in the end? He says, Israel is having pride at the lowest place on earth. So I guess the Dead Sea is the lowest physical place on earth.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of hidden metaphor there, having pride at the lowest place
dead,
on
it's
earth?
in the Dead Sea.
The biggest ever.
The social engineers call the peasants the dead.
Yeah.
Like,
A sea of dead peasants, the dead peasant sea.
like who have just been fucking. I don't know what. If you were a social engineer, and someone has been like fully transitioned, had their parts of their body cut off, all the hormones fully retarded themselves. I wonder what the social engineers call the end product. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the name for the end product?
I guarantee if you want to find out, you'll be able to find it in the Epstein emails when they were talking about creating those new meat suit
But like they
phenotypes and
must,
stuff.
like they have the name like Goyim or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Wonder what they call the end product. Somebody who's been fully cooked.
Oh,
fully
like the final meat suit product.
You know, like a Royal Marine once they start the training, and then they finish their
passed
training,
out.
They get their shit, they get their medal.
They got their green beret.
Yeah, green beret. Yeah, and then they're like, you know, what like that is the same thing.
But what? You give me an example. What is an example when someone's been fully cooked? It's like what? Is that like someone that's gone through like
What I just
fucking
said,
peasant detransitioning? Blue hair.
No, I said like fucking fully trans, had your bits cut off, literally fucking all the hormones. You think everyone's racist, like the full deal. Black Lives Matter, climate change, everything.
That's just peasant 2.0.
Peasant 2.0.
Yeah.
P2O.
New Pezio. I don't know. It's like I'm a peasanton.
Do you know what I mean? Somebody who's gone through the full training.
I do. Just
what with the social engineers?
2030 man.
2030 man.
2030s man, I guess. We've already had a meme of this, I'm sure.
Like hooked up to the Neuralink. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, maybe I think we had a meme of this in 2021.
Like once you become that, the grey NPC.
yeah. Can you imagine what type of debauchery will be going on at literally Pride Land? So this is going to be like Tomorrowland, huge, massive debauch festival.
In the Middle East.
Do you reckon this might be like a target for Hamas to attack?
Mate, the Ayatollah would love to, wouldn't he? The Ayatollah.
I'm not being funny, but like, if I was a fucking an Islamist terrorist, I would definitely attack this.
When's the video going out, Lance, that we did on Wednesday about the call for help, the SOS to the Netherlands?
1 sec.
When's that going out?
SOS Netherlands. Let me have a look.
Because that is very similar. There must be
Mate, that video is inflammatory.
Yeah.
This guy in this video.
Don't tell. No.
I'm not going to say what he's saying.
Yeah,
He made some very crazy claims about what's happening in Holland.
And we fact checked it.
We fact checked every single one, and they weren't just real. In reality, he hadn't even properly, dressed it up. They were worse.
He simplified it.
So SOS Netherlands is coming out on Patreon in 3 days and 21 hours.
Okay.
I'm
Keep an eye out for that one.
I'm putting one or two of these videos out for free, but the other ones are behind the £3 paywall. It's only £3. Don't be cubish.
Oh yeah, look, here we go in the comments section here. Talk. That is a long name. What is that? Fucking Talkmada 2080.
Oh, what?
It's saying Gollum.
That's
Gollum.
Yes, that is the correct word.
It's literally been killed, like it's dead, and it's been reanimated.
It's not a golem, it's a goylem.
It's a goylem.
Yes. A goyim who has been successfully golemed, a goylem.
Let me tell you, unbelievable.
I need to write that down on the Schwab's
33
board.
million people in Britain are mentally ill. No, they're not.
Write that down. Goylem.
Circle it, Lance.
Yeah, put a circle there. What am I talking about? Sorry, let's make this official, guys. 1 sec. Sorry. Obviously.
We can't take too long here. We need to see if we can squeeze a few more things in before before Matt turns up.
Okay, right. Oh, mate, we've got all these videos.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about. Should we talk about? Let's save David Wilcox. Let's save David Wilcox for Matt.
Okay.
Right, let's do some UK. Let's do something UK central. Matt still has not joined us. Let me just make sure I've sent him the email correctly. Matt, see you at 9 p.m. GMT, mate. Let me just email him again. How far? Oh, it's 10 past.
Highly irregular. Currently 180 peasants tuned in.
What we've got to remember is he might be an hour off that because we've changed our clocks.
1 hour. Yeah, but if he's not going to know what time it is GMT necessarily, is he? He's probably just going to look it up.
Yeah, he's probably just going to look it up. Okay, well,
it doesn't matter anyway.
We're hoping Matt Lamb will join us soon. Right, let's get ourselves back where you can see us. Because I don't want to exhaust the slides because we've got like shitloads of video clips.
Yeah, let's play some.
Right, so what was the important day this week in the UK?
What?
This week in the UK, it was an important day. St
George's Day.
St George's Day.
Right.
Okay. Every year when St George's Day happens.
No, shout out to Dom there.
Oh, Dom, how you doing, mate?
Let's plug his book. Let's
we need to
out quickly. Dom, we did it at the start of the show, but we're going to do it now. Here.
Don't forget, guys.
Lance is going to formally apologise again.
I'm going to formally apologise, Dom, for letting you down in not writing the preface for this book. I've had a crazy start to the year. I've had a baby and lots of other trials and tribulations.
It's no excuse, though, is it, Dom? Let's be honest. I was flattered that you didn't ask me to do it anyway. No, that's beside the point.
Right, Dom's got a new book out. It is his document. I'm trying to get it on the screen. What is going on with Restream? Please. There we go. Traitors, the pandemic politicians. Power tends to corrupt and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Dom Waterson has written this book and we need to support him. You can get it on his website. This is the kind of book, me personally, that I think it would be a great to buy and give to a gift to someone
that
is a normie, that's a reader, that's maybe a bit academic, that wants to see the proof. They wants to see all the receipts. They want to see it down in front of them in writing. They don't want to watch a YouTube video.
They want to see the source, Michael.
Because they're skeptical about people that get their information from YouTube and the internet. They think they wear a tinfoil hat. But if you can buy a physical book that's got words in it that someone's written down and had published, That is different for some people.
The link for the book is on the screen here from Pamela Swan. Thank
Pamela
you.
Swan, you are the greatest. Thank you very much for getting all these links on the screen. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. Yeah, so big shout out to Sheep Farm.
Mate, these Mennonites are so cubish.
Are you still looking at pictures of Mennonites?
Sorry.
Ali PG's looking at Mennonite porn over there.
I'm not looking at Mennonite porn.
Mate, Mennonite porn is just Mennonites wearing all their clothes.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
yeah,
they're very
yeah.
conservative. Okay, so big shout out to Dom. Get his book, Traitors, the Pandemic Politicians. Okay. All right, I need to swap these screens around again.
Raw.
Right, it's St. George's Day this week, and what I was about to say is every year we have St. George's Day in England.
My arm looks really long there when I.
We get certain people that come with the same tired old tropes. St. George, Turkey, Palestinian.
Like to kebab.
You get deported if you had him over in there, but you not.
Rupert Lower, take him out.
I just think it's so funny. But anyway, I don't really care about St. George's Day, but I like to observe the pantomime that happens every year on
Shout out
Facebook.
to Juicy and Lucy.
Big shout out to Juicy and Lucy. This is, I think, a great sum up of what I think of St. George's Day.
I really enjoy telling people St. George wasn't even English. It gives me that lovely rush of feeling morally and intellectually superior.
They're celebrating a Greek Christian from Anatolia with a Palestinian mother as English? That's pure fascism and disgusting xenophobia.
Seeing English flags on St. George's Day makes me feel sad. We need to think about how traumatic this must be for our new arrivals. English pride is problematic and outdated, but foreign flags and identities, we should be celebrating those loudly in the name of diversity.
No, there's nothing groundbreaking there, but once again, the fact that something like that exists.
Oh, it's plenty retarded.
It's plenty retarded. But obviously, you know, they're taking the piss out of these type of people that love to talk about this stuff on St. George's Day. You know, St. George is also the George. He's also the saint of Georgia. He never went there either. He's almost pretty much the saint of Portugal. I don't believe he went to Portugal either.
It's the sign. It's the solar death cult. Anything with a cross. Yeah, we've been through this fucking years ago on Rise Above. Anything with a cross. So any nation with a cross on their flag is a member of the solar death cult. There you go.
Yes.
So you heard it here first. St. George, solar death cult. He gets around, like Lance just said. Georgia.
Yep. Okay. Clandis Ovens.
Oh look, we've got a response here from Dom.
Oh, Dom, you're making me feel bad now. But you got much more important people than me. You got John Hamer on the case and Matt Sergio. I'm sorry, mate. Right, Clandis Ovens. She's been saying lots of crazy things recently.
I read a report, 33 million people in Britain are mentally ill. No, they're not.
Or so people say. What I personally think she's doing is saying I think she's just being late to the party on loads of stuff.
She was talking about the Sabbatean Fwankists.
Oh, it's well
the
popular.
Fwankists.
Talk about the Sabbatean Frankists and their links to Zubed Livovic.
And the freedom you have is diverse.
Don't make me get the board out again. Where is Matt Landman? Let me check my emails. I've got a feeling he's got the time wrong. I hope he's okay.
He's going to come on at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I've got a feeling he's going to come on at 10 o'clock. But that's all right. We can host him then. Yeah, Candace Owens is getting a lot of flack because apparently she's totally lost the plot and she's talking about loads of crazy stuff. She's not really talking about anything crazy to us. We were talking about this stuff and we were learning about it years ago.
The problem is she's actually telling truth at the same time as some completely fucking retarded shit that she was having.
What do you think that she said is retarded?
She lost her mind when Charlie Kirk died.
Yeah.
She literally lost her mind. She says that they were like sharing dreams and shit. Like she was.
Oh yeah, what am I talking about? We played it last week. She was talking about
face,
basically saying she was MK Ultra and
yeah,
she was
yeah,
like, you know, Montauk
and
projects,
yeah,
Stranger Things type of stuff.
There we go. Love you both still. Thanks, Dom.
Thanks, Dom.
Cheers,
I don't feel so
we
bad.
We can continue.
Okay, so
but the problem is she is actually talking about some very relevant things at the same time as that. So like that's like you suggested. That's to muddy the waters. That's to discredit to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Well, I think the fact is that a lot of these subjects that are suddenly becoming popular, talking about, you know, the inner workings of what we call the Black Cube organisation, talking about Chabad Leibovich. We were on anyone that checks Patreon. This is old news.
Yeah,
This is old news. Talk about Shabbatai Zevi. Come on, but the fact that these topics are becoming popular and being sidetracked immediately, it's because they are suddenly more relevant than they were before. To understand what's going on, you actually have to understand these subjects. That's why the curveball and the spanner is thrown in the works.
Mate, the Chinese professor was on Piers Morgan.
Not actually a professor, just a sign of respect in China.
Talking about Shabat Leibovich on Piers Morgan.
I think I've got it. We'll come on to that in a second.
Yeah.
We'll listen to what Candace Ovens is saying anyway. We'll do all of these in this section here.
And all of the leaders who were communicating to us just felt the need to keep saying 33. Take a listen.
And that was about, I think I had it was like 33 minutes before he was killed.
Charlie Kirk was assassinated at UVU in the afternoon. About a 33-hour manhunt ensued.
Bad stuff happens. And for 33 hours, I was...
We were doing this fucking years ago on Rise Above.
Yeah. I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us.
In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie.
Yeah, we get it. 33, 33. Look, it is.
That's quite a lot of 33s if that's all to do with Charlie Kirk.
It's good
because those were
It's not even
actually
finished.
those were actually different things that they were talking about.
Yes.
There wasn't 4 people talking about the same thing that was 33. That was 4 different 33s.
That was a good montage.
Is, in my educated opinion, the most obvious signaling ever, alerting those that are in the cult that this was a hit that was done by the cult and for the cult. Now,
pause it. See, that's factually correct.
I totally agree with what she's saying.
Yeah, and at the same time, then in the next breath, she'll be talking about astro projecting with Charlie Kirk, riding a fucking whale into
Riding a
fucking
far-right
Valhalla,
unicorn
into Valhalla and stomping on Schmoody.
Here's the thing. Some of our newer detractors, we've already been sort of lumped in with, oh, you guys have just copied what Fuentes and Candace Ovens are saying. And I'm like,
what?
I was like, you boys have got no fucking idea.
No.
We've been talking about that stuff for years. It's just become popular now in the mainstream, and that's why we're mentioning it on That's why I will mention it on Facebook.
Plus, we're fucking calling out people who are talking about this in a retarded fashion, as she is. She just called herself. She just said, "In my educated opinion." She's not educated in the. Well, maybe she is. She's married to George Farmer.
never mind that out of all of the Freemason lodges in the world, every Freemason lodge has a number associated with it.
Oh, okay.
So Kelly Anuska here is just saying 33 miles away from the Masonic Lodge as well.
Right, let me just delete some of these videos as we're going through. Okay, so we've yeah, again, it's just late to the party, and it's just trying to hijack the narrative because obviously loads of people are noticing 33 now. You know, sorry to say it, another time that we were ahead of the curve, you know, as per fucking usual. So let's see what the professor's saying, because
the professor. I'm not actually a professor. Yeah.
He's not actually a professor.
High school teacher.
I'm a high school teacher, lecturer.
Where did Jeffrey Epstein get his money? Why is Jeffrey Epstein a billionaire? And like, honestly, no one knows. If you just look in his background, okay, well, I mean, he was making a lot of money as an arms trafficker, and he made a lot of money when Robert Maxwell died, and it seemed as though he inherited a lot of money from Robert Maxwell, and like, that's not how money works. You don't inherit the money, you inherit the transnational network. And so the question then is, okay, let's just speculate, okay? And I don't know for sure, but what is a potential source of Jeffrey Epstein's wealth? And if I were to guess, I would guess maybe the Shabbat Lubavitch movement.
Oh, Michael, give me a cha-ching.
Gosh.
Holy potato, no one's saying this.
He's so handsy as well with it. I like it.
People,
he's a great psyop.
He's great.
He's a great psyop.
Great. It's just fantastic. I love this character. The professor just told you how it is.
The professor.
The professor just told you everything. Just really quickly.
You know he's circling something.
Yeah, he's writing down.
He's writing it down and circling it.
No one is saying this stuff. Why is he saying
and
it?
he is so articulate as well how he's doing it.
I would guess maybe the Shabbat Lubavitch movement. Okay? Shabbat Lubavitch. What are these guys? Well, these guys are religious Jews who came from Eastern Europe Belarus, Ukraine, that area. They immigrated to America in the beginning of the 20th century. They own all the real estate in Brooklyn. They own all the real estate in Brooklyn. Why? Because they pool their resources and they believe they have a Masonic calling to save humanity. So they take their wealth and they store it in real estate. Imagine how much wealth they generated this past century, right? They started buying real estate at the beginning of the 20th century in Brooklyn. And now they own all of it, basically. Now, I don't know if it's all of it, but it's most of it. And then they can use this real estate wealth to do what? Well, they can promote their agenda in Washington, D.C. They can find agents like Jeffrey Epstein to promote their agenda. Okay? So that's what...
I fucking love this
He's
guy.
so good. He's the best psyop of 26, 100%.
The thing is, right, people have said, like, I can't believe you guys are falling for him.
No, we're not falling for it,
We love this guy.
dipshit.
Right, that you've got to appreciate this is the Ramesh way. We can look at this guy. We can appreciate that, yes, he's being deliberately shown to us. We can
The
listen.
same as Fuentes, the same as Tucker Carlson, the same as fucking Clandis Ovens. They're all the same shit.
But you can take all of that aside, all of the fact that it's a psyop and this guy is controlled opposition, whatever. You can actually just enjoy the phenomenon.
Yes.
That there is someone
Yes.
on the big screen saying that Jeffrey Epstein is a frontman for Chabad Leibovich.
I'll say it, right? I occasionally like to watch an episode of Ancient Aliens.
Why not?
Right, and I know it's shilling and it's fucking bullshit, but it's like, come on.
Mate, if you...
It doesn't... Just,
Anyway,
everyone needs to stop being so fucking
and let me say
serious.
something. Let me say something quite serious. If this guy is an evil psyop, controlled opposition to trick and fool you, if this guy is the enemy, right? If that is actually true, if you can't listen to your enemies and learn something from your enemies, then you are not doing it right.
Yeah. No, I just explained.
You can't say that you can't listen to your enemies and not learn something.
100%. Lance, I would pay if he was doing a seminar like somewhere.
I'd pay to go and see it.
I'd pay to go and see it.
Just for the pure entertainment factor.
Yeah, I'd give him my money.
I'd want to take like a little micro speaker and the Queefmaster with me. Though,
Yeah,
to drop
100%,
drop bombs. and
yeah.
everything.
Billionaires are. Billionaires are agents, representatives of different transnational networks.
I don't think the guy that was asking the question was
He's
quite...
a little... do you know who that is?
No.
That's a little trust... I forget his name. He's a little trust fund fucking kid who's created a YouTube channel.
Right.
He's now like... He does interview some quite big people, to be fair, but he's a little fuck. He interviewed Fuentes.
Right, okay.
And he's done like... He interviewed Sean Ryan.
I've seen him.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
yeah. He's a little oik.
There's lots of
annoying.
these new YouTubers and influencers that are doing interviews and content that is on the edges of the rabbit sphere, but they're quite big and well funded, and I don't really know who they are, but I see them all over the place. But they're talking about some of this stuff because all this stuff is going mainstream now. I mean, look, we've just watched The Professor.
Can we get a professor button?
Like, yeah, we need to get.
We need a professor button.
What's his catchphrase though?
I don't know. He hasn't got a catchphrase, is he? We need it to just him to say something funny, like in the.
Wait a minute, what's Hungregian saying here? If I close my eyes when he speaks, I only see Lance.
The problem is you're
No,
fucking
my
retarded.
I'm not gonna lie. My aim is to get my impression of the Professor really, really good. I just need to listen to him a little bit more. Okay,
He lives in Canada, doesn't he?
No. Right, I had this discussion with someone the other day, and I had to do my actual homework
You've
on
been
the
stalking
Professor.
the Professor?
Yeah, I worked very closely to see what the Professor's doing.
That was a bit like Cartman. That
I was a bit
yeah,
like Cartman.
Yeah.
He left. He got exiled from China. Yeah.
From Beijing.
He is not a Chinese citizen anymore. He moved to Canada, and he saw how like horrible and woke and left wing Canada was. Decided to go back to China, but he works.
How if he was exiled?
He lost his citizenship. He now works as a foreign worker in China, teaching high school. And people have asked him, how the fuck do you get away with doing what you're doing in China? How come you don't get locked out of Chinese society? He goes, I'm not part of Chinese society. I'm essentially a foreign worker in China. I'm a citizen of Canada.
Wow.
But he is teaching these lessons in China.
Yes.
But if you think about it, he's not really saying anything about China. What he did say was if he started going viral in China, like he is in the West,
there would be a problem.
Then he would have a problem. But
Yes.
no one in China cares about him or knows who he is. Because there's a big partition on the internet in between us and China.
Yes,
there's not much crossover.
No crossover, lads.
No
crossover.
crossover at all. No freedom.
No freedom. No freedom.
Fringe magnets. Sheep Farm Studio.
He
says
is a fringe magnet.
Yeah, he is a fringe magnet. That's such a good saying, fringe magnet. I haven't heard. I'm sure I have heard that before, but I've only just appreciated it just then. Thanks, Dom. Right, next clip. What actually? Where should we go next? Are we going Charlottesville, SPLC, or Missing Scientists? What are you saying?
SPLC.
SPLC. Right. I personally think that this is a big story. We've got slides and we've got videos.
George Soros.
George Soros is involved with this one. Right. So what is the SPLC? The Southern Poverty Law Center. Okay.
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 I can't stop doing it.
I know it's addictive. Okay. Right. So I don't know where to start with this. In fact, I'm going to start right here.
Donald Trump just launched his first substantial attack on the leftist totalitarian deep state. For 40 years, the Southern Poverty Law Center decided who got debanked, censored, FBI flagged, and fired by HR. Between 2014 and 2023, at the height of the woke revolution, the SPLC allegedly funneled more than $3 million to different white nationalist movements, including an organizer of the Charlottesville Tiki Torch rally. The SPLC moved that money through shell entities, committed wire fraud, and conspired to commit concealment money laundering to manufacture the very extremism it purported to oppose. This is not an outlier, it is the first domino. The SPLC, Canada's anti-hate network, the UK's Hope Not Hate, or Germany's Amadou Antonio Foundation, each operates the same way. They expand the definition of hate until it fits anything and anyone. Then they grant themselves power to police that expanded definition. Then, as the indictment alleges, they fund the extremists at the edge of the definition to keep their power alive. This pattern is older than any of these organizations. 500 years ago, Machiavelli warned leaders to hide their ruthlessness behind manufactured righteousness. In Orwell's 1984, the regime invents a false rebel, Emmanuel Goldstein, and forces citizens into a daily 2 minutes hate ritual to keep their loyalty alive. Hannah Arendt explained that totalitarian movements cannot survive without an enemy because a movement at rest can be examined, and a movement that can be examined can be falsified. Mao turned this into policy with his Second Revolution doctrine, a war on the oppressive residue in culture, family, and the private mind, the moment the First Revolution ran out of formal targets. Andrew Lobachowski, living under the communists in Poland, noticed every totalitarian organization uses ideology to mask its real desire: unchecked power. Arendt also warned that totalitarian movements take over by building parallel institutions, shadow teachers associations, lawyers clubs, scientific institutes, each mirroring a real body. When the movement seizes power, the shadow structures replace the originals overnight and invert their purpose. Orwell described the same pattern in 1984. The Ministry of Truth manufactures lies and rewrites history. The Ministry of Peace runs permanent war. The Ministry of Plenty engineers the scarcity that keeps the population dependent. The Ministry of Love handles surveillance, interrogation, and torture. In the West, anti-hate groups fund hate groups. The SPLC indictment is the first public audit of what happens when a shadow institution operates for 40 years inside a democracy that never noticed it was there. The question now is, can the West realize the anti-fascists are communist revolutionaries before it's too late?
I agree with absolutely everything you just said.
Mate, we've seen that shit firsthand.
Yeah.
We've literally seen that firsthand. Right. While we've been watching that video, I have seen a notification pop up that our guest has joined us. Matt Landman is in the digital green room.
What? Wow.
Matt, can you give us a thumbs up if you're ready to join the stream, please, mate? Yeah, it's a thumbs up. Let's get Matt into the stream. Matt, welcome back to Rise Above TV. How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up, guys? My bad. I looked up what GMT. It says it's 8:30 GMT right now.
I see. That's
So,
an hour's difference. Yeah, we're retarded here. We changed the clocks.
Yeah, I had a feeling this was going to happen. We have this really retarded thing where we change the clocks by 1 hour to gain an extra hour in bed, and the rest of the world doesn't get told about it. No sweat, mate. You're here now.
No, we do it too. It's called
Daylight savings.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody else had this on a stream a couple of weeks ago, I saw, and it was the same thing. A stream in the UK versus an American guest. Exactly the same thing happened. Not to worry, mate. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I just figured I'd look up GMT time, but is GMT, does that mean London time, or correct me?
It means Greenwich Mean Time. So Greenwich is a borough in London, but that's where global 0 hour time is taken from, the Greenwich Meridian line. It's an actual ley line that runs through Greenwich.
Right. So
it's probably a satanic
London
monument on it somewhere.
It is. It's sure you were right. It is London, yeah, but that's what the G is Greenwich.
Oh, that's so weird, because if I look up London time, it's 8 hour difference, but if I look up GMT time, it tells me
so
different.
that hour difference is the daylight saving hour. So I guess that GMT, that's the difference. So GMT never changes, but London time has the extra hour.
Right, okay.
That
so
would make
counts
sense.
for the retardation. Okay.
Yeah, so that was my fault for putting GMT, mate. We just learned something
Sorry.
there. Okay, we worked it out together. What's been going on in the world of Matt Landman?
Oh, wow. Well, thanks for asking, and I appreciate you guys having me on. Been plugging along over here, putting on another rally, of course, in London, 20th June. Hopefully I can attend, which is just insanity. I don't know if anybody's over there talking about jet fuel crisis. Is that a thing?
No one's talking about it here.
So weird. If you put it into the internet, it says that UK and Europe have 6 weeks of jet fuel.
I keep
left.
seeing posts on social media from media companies and newspapers saying that Brits might not be able to have their summer holiday due to a fuel crisis.
Right.
And shit.
So
but they can still spray the skies, right?
Exactly. So regardless, I'm hosting a rally. Whether I can attend is another story. So we'll see how it all pans out. But I hope that everyone can come. I don't want to deter people from coming. Please join us. Last year was a big hit. We had the first annual rally to stop geoengineering chemtrails in Marble Arch, London last year. And we got a couple thousand people came and went, and it was a great turnout. I got to meet Christian from Sheep Farm, and we had some great musicians, and we all sang together. You can shove the New World Order up your arse, and that was a highlight of my life, really. But you wouldn't believe, so we had solidarity rallies, a couple in the United States at the same time. On the same day, we had a rally in Dublin, Ireland that had over 100 people come, and a rally in Australia, right? The idea was to have people do it at the same time and to raise awareness on summer solstice, because that's the longest day of sunshine, and we're honoring the sun as they try to block it out. So then this group from Australia reached out to me, and they were like, we really want you to come over here and put together a rally. We can't believe that you had 200,000 people show up. And I was like, oh, well, there weren't 200,000 people. I hate to break it to you. And they're like, no, there really were, Matt. And I was like, no, I was there and I hosted it, and there weren't. And they're like, oh, well, you need to get the app that counts. You just don't know how to count. So there's an app that can count and do the math of how many people could fit in the square or whatever. But people in Australia, or at least these people that I spoke to, there's this rumor mill. Usually rumors bite me in the ass, and but this one was actually
That's
my benefit.
definitely a positive rumor.
Right. So people in Australia think that a couple 100,000 people showed up, and they're all excited, and they're like, let's go. And so I'll let them believe the lie for now. I don't know what else to do.
Well, to be fair to them, there were some rather large protests in London, probably on adjacent weekends, with a couple of 100,000 people there for different reasons. The same sentiment, anti-establishment and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so let's get it straight. What you did last year was essentially the first of its kind, the event.
Well, yeah, there had been other rallies before, but nothing to that degree, nothing even close. So it was the first large chemtrail rally ever to go down. Previous to that, there had been rallies that maybe 100 people came to, maybe 150 or something like that. And hats off to the activists that put those things together. There was a rally in Sacramento, California, like a decade ago. There was a rally in Glasgow and in Edinburgh, which I attended. And, we had some turnout, but nothing like this. And so I think London is the gathering place right now for people that are awake. And that's a beautiful thing.
And to be honest, it's also a very good place where you can look up to the sky and see an example of what you're protesting against.
Matt, they're doing it really badly here, man. Really, really badly. Consistently all the fucking time.
Yeah, well, during the rally, which was the hottest day of the year, right? Which was ironic and interesting. So it was the hottest day of the year, the longest day of sunshine. And as we started the rally, it went from a bright, sunny, hot day, and the chemtrail plane showed up right as the police showed up. It was amazing. So about 30 police on motorcycles, whatever you call them over there, they came and circled the plaza with their sirens. And we were like, oh, shite, they're going to cancel the whole thing. They're going to come bust this up. And then they came and sprayed the sky, and the sky turned all gray. And then it started drizzling. I thought they were going to dump rain on us, but it didn't rain. And the police just fucked off into the park. I guess they had something better to do in Hyde Park. But the rally was really impactful. It was amazing. There were people from all over the world. People had their own. Well, people had signs, really, witty British, great signs, which were cool. But the shirts, I was floored at how many people had their own hilarious chemtrail shirts. Somebody had a chemtrail plane with a Bill Gates face on it on the front, like a head, it had a head and it was Bill Gates. So many witty shirts. This time I want to go around and just take pictures of the shirts and have that as a collage.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Put something together for that, because those were one of the highlights. Also, the demographic. There were children there. There were kids. There were kids, and their eyes are just like the kids that are awake and have awake parents. They're so bright, bro, guys. They're just they're here to fuck shit up. They're here to do something. You know what I mean? It feels like. So the awake kids, it was so nice to meet them. And then we went to the pub afterwards, and it was really beautiful. I was expecting, riot police. I was expecting the worst, but it went so well. And this year, people are reaching out from all over, really excited to join. And we have an amazing speaker lineup already. So I'm super stoked about that. We have Sandy Adams. She's an activist. She's coming to speak. I have a beekeeper who's going to be there speaking. And Francis O'Neill, who's an activist, myself. We've got Britons for Clean Atmosphere. Oh yeah, you've got a cool. Yeah, here's some of the great flyers, posters that we have.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them.
That since we had such a great turnout last year, I think a lot of people will get off the fence and join us. No one wants to come to a chemtrail rally where there's 10 people. You know what I mean? It makes it look like we don't know what we're talking about. You know what I mean? And that's just the way the herd mentality works. People are kind of if you find something on YouTube and it's got 100 million views, you're like, oh wow, this is something real. If it's got 5 views, you probably don't even watch it. You know what I mean? But that's just the way people act. That's just the way we're programmed. And sadly, that's the world we live in. So by having a decent turnout last year, I think it gives people permission to come out again and to show up, knowing they're not just going to be the only nutter there thinking chemtrails are real. Once you get to the masses, to a certain number, then it opens up the door for people to start thinking that it is true and real, if that makes sense. I hate that that's the world we live in, but we kind of have this herd mentality where there's this 100th monkey where people finally start to open their eyes and enough people talk about it.
It is the world, mate. It is the world. I'm just looking through some of the comments here. Yorkshire Robert, one of our very loyal viewers who comes to our event, says he came to your rally last year. It was awesome. Yes. I'll be there again this year. I'm just looking through the comments here. He said he brought his son as well. He had a great time. Yeah, so 20th of June, Marble Arch, London.
And what
it looks like it'd be a good day out.
It's such a great opportunity for people to meet other like-minded truthers. I mean, there's other topics, other rallies. There's so much controlled opposition and psyops. And I mean, I've seen some of these, like for the protest for the digital ID, everybody has like these signs that are all the same. It looks like it's out of a corporation.
Yes.
You know what I mean,
the person that runs that protest is very suspect.
I know.
Yes, that
Funny
lady.
enough, yeah, I thought.
Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't trust her whatsoever. Can I just do a little rewind to what you were saying a minute ago, Matt? You were saying that basically when people, if they were strolling through London that day and they saw like 1,000, 2,000 people there all talking about the lines in the sky, that it's going to give them like credence to think, actually, I'm not crazy for seeing those lines in the sky too. Maybe I'll go next year. Myself and Andy, last summer in 2025, we went to the streets and we were actually interviewing people in the town centre, and we went to a couple of different cities, and one of the subjects that we talked about was
the lines in
well,
the sky.
we simply said, what do you think of these lines in the sky that everyone's noticing? We kept it really just very direct, the questioning. What was the response?
It was quite refreshing. A lot of people knew what was going on and they weren't happy about it. And these were just general people. You call them normies or, you know, whatever you want.
We picked random people in the town centre, down the beach, and of all the people that we mentioned the lines in the sky, I don't think we had a single person turn around and say to us, what are you talking about?
No
What,
one called us a tinfoil hat
you mean
weirdo.
conversation? Not a single person. And we were speaking to, you know, teenagers, middle-aged people, families. We did loads of different subjects. That was one of them, and that was one of the subjects that we were quite surprised that we didn't have any kickback on. You know,
even some people that had had the medical experiment still were pissed off and recognised the lines in the sky
and thought they were dodgy. They thought, there's definitely something wrong. They're definitely spraying something, and we were like, wow, okay, so maybe it's not such a tinfoil subject anymore. Maybe it's breached some sort of threshold. Do you think that could be possible?
Yeah, but the problem is, it's because it's like everyone can see what's going on, but it's got that attachment to it of being a fucking weirdo if you talk about it.
Yeah, but all of those attachments, I think, are on a timer that's diminishing.
Yeah, I
because
think
the
so,
more
yeah.
the more preposterous observable clown world gets, the more people are likely to say, I don't care if you think I'm tinfoil. This stuff is now getting bloody obvious. That's definitely the stage where that happens.
And I love what you just said. There's a timer on it, and it's very true. The lockdowns were like a smelling salt. Let's be real. A lot of people either woke up, got on the fence, or got in line and got the jab, and now they're maybe waking up. They're like, oh, you know, I've got turbo cancer or whatever, you know, not to laugh about it, but people are witnessing like, oh, you know, my friend, they died, or the athletes, they died, and what is really going on? And then you look in the media and they're like, doctors are baffled. Nobody knows what could actually be happening. It's like, okay, wait a minute. How can they just be baffled?
Or maybe they're saying something preposterous like maybe the exercise is causing the heart attacks or something like that.
Are you getting that?
Or
Are you
climate
getting that
change.
kind of propaganda, Matt, over there?
So much, yeah. Especially
Yeah,
the
so it's
climate
the
change
same
is
here,
causing
it's the
heart
same
problems.
shit.
Climate change is causing heart problems. You know, I did a similar thing to what you said you just did. It was a good bit ago. It was pre-COVID, but I don't even like to say COVID. Pre-lockdowns. I went around and asked people randomly at a shopping mall, what do you think about the notion that people say that the moon landing was fake? And you wouldn't believe it. I talked to old ladies. I talked to all these normies. And 99% of the people said, you know what? I've learned that I don't trust the government. So anything is possible. And that was pre-lockdowns. At this point, I think, like you said, there's a timer on it. And what was amazing about the rally last year is, I mean, how did I get so lucky? It must have been divine timing. I don't even know. But as I was putting together the rally and going and talking to you guys, going on the podcast and plugging it and getting excited about it, finding the speakers, getting the musicians, making the posters, the UK government came out publicly. This was about exactly a year ago. It was late April. It was like around now, exactly 1 year ago. Today's April 24th, and I was looking at some news because you get reminders in your like Facebook feed, like 1 year ago, the UK government came out publicly and said, we're going to start dimming your skies.
Yeah, I remember.
Geoengineering. We're going to spend 50 million quid is what they said at first. And then over here in the paper, it said 66 million US dollars.
Wasn't the project called Satan?
Yeah,
It was, wasn't it?
And that's people. Every time I say that to people, they just laugh, and I'm like, "No, this is not a joke." And I'm
not joking,
like,
it's
"Yeah,
real."
I'm not. And I'm like, "No, you look it up. Go ahead and look it up." So they try to muddy the waters to make it seem deep with the chemtrail geoengineering program. You know, they have so many different terms and acronyms and synonyms and all this sort of nonsense. The word chemtrails is this crazy conspiracy theory, but geoengineering is a potential solution to the global warming problem that we have because of, the sea level rises and all this stuff. It's not even, that's all bollocks. But the deal is with all of it is they have so many terms that people just get confused.
Well, I
And then
think
they're like,
what I've noticed, Matt, there was, I think it was the Sean Ryan podcast. There was some little shit on there. He was like, he wasn't even old. He's in his mid-20s and he owns a fucking cloud seeding company. He looks like a bit of a hillbilly. He's got like a mullet and stuff. He looks like a fucking retard.
Right, and he owns a cloud seeding company.
He owns a cloud seeding company. He's like a multi-millionaire, fucking weirdo. And he was explaining cloud seeding, but the problem is, like, people, like, that's what it's all getting merged into is cloud seeding. Oh, you're just talking about cloud seeding? Yeah, that's just putting ice in a thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's just done on a little small localized scale. Yeah, sure.
Because they said they had that big dump in Dubai, didn't they, with all the flooding because they did too much cloud seeding allegedly.
And that kind of like normalizes it and makes it okay and whatnot. But when they spray and it doesn't rain, what is that? I mean, how, what are they doing there? And people are like, well, just trust the science, trust the specialists. You know what I mean? To go back to the acronyms, there's a lot, but I'm just going to rattle off a few. NASA has a CARE program, C-A-R-E. Very funny that they call it CARE, but they don't really care while they're poisoning us, right? NASA with a budget of $80 million per day. They have the Charged Aerosol Release Experiment, CARE, where they literally say on their website, we make noctilucent clouds by mixing aluminum, barium, and strontium. So anytime people are like, well, how do you know it's aluminum, barium, strontium? It's like the patents. NASA says it. The rainwater analysis. I mean, like, there's so many ways for people to get to the conclusion that it's no longer just a theory that maybe they're spraying this. It's come to the point where it's common knowledge. SRM, solar radiation management, SAI, stratospheric aerosol injections. There's SCOPEX, the stratospheric controlled perturbation experiment. There's SATAN, the stratospheric aerosol transport and nucleation program. And in the UK, they just refer to it as the SATAN program. We're going to block out the sun, block the light with the SATAN program, make it dark. It's just like, how could they get any more obvious? But yeah, we are getting to a point where people, not everywhere, like the town that I live in, people are really pretty brainwashed. They're still wearing, like about 5 to 10% of the people are still wearing masks to this day.
We've had a slight resurgence of masks in the UK in the last couple of months because someone talked about some new variants or something, but it's never really caught on again here. Like, I know some people in the US and Canada sort of have stayed more militant with it. We have a very small percentage of people that have stayed like that here, I think.
You know what hasn't caught on in the UK, which I'm very thankful for, is the trans agenda. Like, over here, it's just in your face.
Oh, mate, it's here.
In your face.
It is here, but not to the extent that you guys have got it. We have it here. We have a guy called his YouTube is called Edge of the Matrix, and he just stands in the street with a sandwich board on with the trans colours on, saying trans women are men, or on the other side there's no such thing as trans kids, and he stands there waiting to talk to people, and he goes up and down the country, and he has a queue of people coming up to abuse him of all different denomination of craziness. So they are here, but it's we haven't gone full retard with it like it has on that side of the pond yet, I don't think.
I think I'm on the West Coast of the United States, and I think the West Coast is the gayest. Okay. And then as you get east, or the more trans, whatever, the agenda is ramped up here the most because of the liberal ideologies, because we're the Democrats or whatever. And then as you get more into like Texas or in the red states or whatever, in the middle of the country and what have you, you get less of that. And then in the UK, like when I was in London last, I think I saw one person that I was like, oh, maybe they're cross-dressing or something like that. But over here, the agenda is in the elementary schools. My friend had her daughter in middle school, and the daughter reported to the administrators that she was being like harassed, like the boys were grabbing her breasts, and the administrator said, "Why don't you remove your breasts then?" Right? That's where we're at here. Is that they'll push, like they have rules.
That
where
is really fucked up, man.
if you're like 7 years old and you want to like change your sex, and the parent says no, then they say that's child abuse. That's a whole thing. I have friends that literally moved to Texas from where I live
to stop that from happening.
Yeah, to get away from the agenda, because there is something like really ramped up, and it's taken away the rights from the parents.
So I'll tell you what happened in the UK, which has probably put a bit of a spanner in the works, and I believe this happened in 2023. Have you heard of the Tavistock Institute?
Oh, for sure. Tavistock Institute, yes.
Okay, so one branch of the Tavistock Institute on Tavistock Road in London, the Tavistock Clinic, is where it is the original trans clinic. And guess what? All of this stuff comes from there. In 2023, it was shut down, and there was something called the CAS report, CASS, that basically said that what was happening at the Tavistock Clinic is that any young person who was either an effeminate boy or a emasculated young girl, i.e. a tomboy, or a gay boy, was taken there and put on a trans path. And it was even a joke at the Tavistock Clinic that they were transing away the gay. So what it turns out was, it was actually like one of those old school anti-homosexual clinics where people were taking young gay kids and they were turning them into trans. And for that reason, it got shut down. And a massive report was put out to say, stop offering puberty blockers, stop offering trans surgery, and start talking about mental health treatment. So I think that was a big, like a sort of a gap that we had. Now it started picking up again in 2025, 2026.
So earlier I kind of made a joke about gay, and I apologize for that, because there is a very massive difference between gay and trans. And here in the States, we even have a movement called Gays Against Grooming.
Yes.
Which I think is really nice and beautiful. And I think that, your own sexuality, even though I'm very hetero, that if you want to be homosexual, yeah, I'm super straight. But it's like targeting the children is just not okay. The puberty blockers and all that stuff. It's like you're at that age, and I'm taking the show in a weird direction. We can get back to Kim.
No, not at all. We talk about this stuff all the time.
Yeah, at that age when you're not old enough to think about the future, and then you get mutilated, and then you get to be like 20 years old, and you're like, oh wait, I want to have kids or something like that, and then you're suicidal, and it's a total mess. It's very predatory, and at the end of the day, I think that it's ultimately like a transhumanism agenda. They're just trying to.
I was literally about to say that, mate. Yeah.
They're trying to blur the line, and then like at the bathrooms here, you've got like a picture of a man, a picture of a woman, and a picture of like a half man, half woman. Eventually, it'll be like the trans robots. They have rights. Like what makes a transhuman? Like, what if I got what if I replaced my arm and made it like robotic? Would I be transhuman then? Probably not. Like veterans do it. What if I replaced my heart and my brain? You know what I mean? What if I transferred my soul into like a cyborg? It's going to get really weird and slippery. That's cool that you mentioned Tavistock Road. I'll have to maybe check that out when I'm in London, just to say that I've been there. Did you know that the Tavistock Institute created the genre of sci-fi?
Yeah, yeah. I actually think that all of the stuff that happens in the West comes from the Tavistock Institute.
For sure.
It then is exported directly to the United States, where it's tested out, and then we are actually culturally downstream, and then it comes back to us. I honestly think this is how it works, because it's very clear that the social engineers at the Tavistock are basically coming up with all the ideas, but we are certainly, we've talked about this loads, how we are downstream from the US.
Yeah, we are, yeah. We're about 4 years behind.
At least 4 years, or it could be 8. There's 4-year cycles going on. A lot of the stuff with the left-right split, these street battles, blue versus red, the Antifa stuff, we have that in the UK now. I was watching that in America 8 years ago thinking, holy shit, when this comes. We did a whole presentation about
it's
this.
Sensible to like we've said, it's easier to manage that way, and it's not as sus. If it's a little bit's going on, something different's going on in America, then then that came to the UK. It's less sus. I've just got.
You've got something, PG.
I've just got the. I'm going to just share my screen here.
You need to click that one there.
Yeah, there we go. So I don't know if you've heard of Rupert Lowe, Matt. He is a politician here in the UK, and this was a post he put out here May 3rd, 2025. Experiments to dim the sun will cost the public purse £56.8 million. For the Department of Science, Innovation and Technology has told me 56.8 million. Is this spend really necessary? We've got this far with the sun as it is. Let's leave it alone, shall we? So he's one of the only politicians that is, well, pretty much the only politician that's ever said something like that publicly, to my knowledge.
Well, it's nice that there's a little bit of kickback.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it's a little sus that they put the price tag on it because the price tag's pretty low. And let's be real, they spend a lot more money on that daily.
yeah, that's for the daily budget.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 56 million. That's like a fart in the wind for NASA. That's just how much it costs to turn on the AI processor in the morning to make the next decision.
But the fact he's putting it out there to say, look, we've got this far with the sun, let's just leave it alone.
No, it's great. It's great. You've really got hard on for Rupert, though, haven't you?
No. It's just fascinating because I don't, like we said on Wednesday night when we were recording videos for our Patreon, it's like I'm confused at why he's on the menu.
No, I think it's just refreshing that he's on the menu, even if he doesn't get to power, and even if he did and he doesn't do what he says. The fact that someone is saying that and going against the uni-party grain, it is refreshing.
Because Trump, he wasn't talking about that when he was campaigning back in 2015. Before he got elected for the first time,
Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah, and
speed up the dimming of the sun.
He was going to put Hillary Clinton in jail and stuff. He wasn't anti that, was he? And
that didn't happen, did it?
No.
I tell you what, can we go back? Did you see that video that I was playing just before you joined the stream, Matt?
Yes.
It's about what happened in America this week. I've got to talk to you about it because obviously I think this is a huge story. What is your understanding of what the Southern Poverty Law Center actually is up to this point?
I'm sorry.
The Southern Poverty Law Center, the SPLC. This is the story because this week in America, this think tank that's supposed to be anti-racism, anti-oppression, has been caught funding right-wing institutions and the KKK. Have you heard about this?
Oh no, I have not.
Right, I'm going to replay the video clip. Hold on. It's a different one.
Today, a few minutes ago, in the Middle District of Alabama, a grand jury returned an 11-count indictment charging the Southern Poverty Law Center with 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. According to the charges in the indictment, the SPLC is a nonprofit entity that purports to fight white supremacy and racial hatred by reporting on extremist groups and conducting research to inform law enforcement groups with the goal of dismantling these groups. As the indictment describes, the SPLC was not dismantling these groups. It was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred. The indictment describes this conduct in detail, but one troubling example is that the SPLC was paying a member of the leadership group that planned the Unite the Right protest in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 that resulted in the death of 1 person and injured dozens more. This particular person being paid by the SPLC allegedly received approximately $270,000 over the course of 8 years. In total, according to the indictment, between 2014 and 2023, SPLC paid at least $3 million to 8 individuals at least. These individuals were affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan, United Klans of America, National Socialist Movement, Aryan Nations affiliated Sadistic Souls Motorcycle Club, the Nationalist Socialist Party of America, Nazis, and the American Front. Now, as the indictment lays out, after SPLC paid members of these extremist groups, it created work product that reported on these activities that the members participated in or contributed to. And to that end, it was doing the exact opposite of what it's told its donors it was doing.
Gosh.
I did catch this headline. I did catch that headline, and I apologize. And I remember thinking, like, what else is new? Like, what else is new? Like, perfect example is the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, bringing crack to the people. Like, they created crack and brought it to the ghettos, right? Like, it seems like almost every agency that claims to be, I mean, even like the FBI, like they claim to be like, what, doing
federal, well, they claim to be the Federal Bureau of Intelligence.
Investigation.
Right. Federal
Investigations.
Federal Bureau of Investigation, is that it?
Yeah.
So
that's very broad.
It's very broad.
Very
just
broad.
investigating. It doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like, justice. It hasn't got one of those like loaded words in it.
It's broad.
But yeah, like you pointed out there, Matt, it's no surprise to any of us, but that we can't. I don't think we can really downplay.
A bit of kickback here from Sheep Farm there.
What Sheep Farm?
In bollocks.
I don't. What you referring to as bollocks, Sheep Farm? Let us know. He might be referring to somebody else's comment.
Right.
So. The fact is that this group, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Centre, is basically a huge. What are you laughing at?
I saw they dropped a bollocks. So between
they just dropped the bollocks.
Dom and Chris just dropped the bollocks. So I mean,
is it because it's funny to hear you say bollocks with your American accent?
Yeah,
Right.
Okay. Ongoing joke that we have. Yeah, it's so funny. They always are making fun of me. And then the last show we did, we extended it on to make fun of me not knowing about Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt and all these hilarious things that I don't know over there that I say in my American accent, and then I can't understand.
I'm not going to lie. It is always kind of comical to hear an American say certain English popular swear words like bollocks, twat, cunt. That really, the Australians own that one. But yeah, I when you said bollocks earlier on, I did have a little giggle to myself. It is. There is something special about hearing Americans say bollocks. Right.
We just don't do it right. We don't do it right.
No. It's actual cultural appropriation, Matt.
It's clearly racist.
So, the Southern Poverty Law Centre are basically a bit like the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. They're like a multi-million-dollar think tank, very powerful lobbyist group who basically influence the media, politicians and that,
on behalf of their social engineering
and the zeitgeist to call everyone Nazis and to start talking about white supremacy. So look at this graph here that's been posted by the Rabbit Hole. This shows. I'll just get rid of the graphic.
We could have done our own graph on our new board.
I'll draw a graph. It shows the increase of the word white supremacy in the media, and I think that is basically 2016. This when every one of these publications spike with the use of the word white supremacy.
Oh, Washington Post. There, I see Jeff Bezos his media organization is far above anyone else.
So who have we got? New York Times, Los Angeles Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal. It's almost like they're all taking instruction from a central source, which is someone like the SPLC. Alex Jones posted this 9 years ago. Charlottesville was a false flag run by the SPLC operatives who hired actors to pose as Nazis. Now, for anyone in the UK, they might not know what Charlottesville is. This was a big thing in America. This was a really big thing. But if you don't follow American politics, you might not understand. So I'm going to play a clip of the Charlottesville rally. There is a trigger warning here for the community peasant team who will be watching this and might get triggered by some of the words that these actors are saying in this, all right? But I'm going to play it anyway with that trigger warning.
Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Blood and soil! Blood and soil! Blood and soil!
Well, it looks like a good old-fashioned lynching to me, Lance.
Now, when this happened, right, people went apeshit about this. Saying this rally was called Unite the Right. Yeah. It's a lot of people paying attention.
Not fight the right.
No, Unite the Right. It just seemed like everyone was fighting. To a lot of people paying attention at the time, it was very clear that this was highly suspect. A load of... Do you remember when this happened, Matt?
Yeah, I do. It's part of the Trump thing. Trump is just radicalizing everybody. And before Trump, we were at a place in the United States where we've gotten through, civil rights, and there is equality. But now with like ICE, I'm sure you guys have heard about ICE over there probably, and Trump and the radicalism, I think basically the CIA knows how to go into countries and pin people against each other and make extremism. Like, oh, we've got extreme, Muslims fighting extreme. I mean, the Sunni and the Shiites, whatever it is, there's always like somebody fighting one another, and it creates like civil unrest, right? Well, that's what's happening in the U.S. is there's a slow and steady plan. It seems like the Kalergi plan, if you've heard of that.
Yeah, we're familiar.
Yeah, it does seem like that the end game is civil unrest and then martial law. I don't think Trump's going anywhere. We've got these No Kings protests here, which is a double negative, right? People don't even understand the English language. With the No Kings protests, people are actually going apeshit. I've got people laying down in the streets in my community, blocking traffic, not even knowing what they're blocking traffic for. I mean, the No Kings concept, and you've got, it's just making housewives and like normal people like extremists. They're just becoming radical, and they're holding the craziest signs. Like, you wouldn't believe the things that are on
I've seen
these
some
signs.
of the videos, mate. It's crazy.
Like ICE has small dick. I saw these signs like with people waving it in my little town, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is really going on here? But it's an infiltration of the minds of the people to get people thinking that there's radical extremism in the United States, which there isn't until it's being created. It's being created, right? And then once it's created, and then you've got like this ICE agent shot someone in the face, which was AI. It wasn't even real. Staged from the get-go. But then you're giving people the opportunity to take sides, right? And Trump is there like fueling the whole thing, and people, like some people are going to be awake and aware and never take a side. But some people will take a side based on the fake narrative, and the creation of extremism is on the table now,
Yeah.
And then ultimately, I think that Trump is creating a scenario where he won't be leaving. He's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree
don't
with
think he's
you.
gonna. I don't think he will ever leave office. He'll
The
just
last
create
president.
a radical environment. Yeah, he'll create a radical environment where he won't leave. I mean, just look at the nonsense that's going on in the Strait of Hormuz right now. And now I'm getting in my news feed that the electrical vehicle revolution, like getting away from fossil fuels, is now inevitable. Like, we have no choice now. That
How
we have
convenient.
to go down. Yeah, how perfect with the New World Order agenda, right? Agenda 2030, the net zero and all this, what have you. I think that the 15-minute city whole climate change, they realized that the cracks were showing, and people weren't buying it. People were actually waking up and being like, show me sea level rise. You know, like, no, I'm not gonna bow to your 15-minute city thing. Well, good luck when you got no gas. Then you will be on foot, and then they can introduce these electrical vehicles that have the shutoffs that can only go so far and all that nonsense. So I think they're forcing us into the plan that they were trying to.
There'll always be a black market, though, Matt.
I think you've actually identified something quite important there, because what you said was, when you were talking about the extremism, and it sort of works with the environment stuff there, you sort of suggested that they'll create a fake problem that everyone looks at, and then a real problem will follow. Because let's be real, that video that we just watched of Charlottesville, when that came out, a lot of people were utterly convinced that they were proper neo-Nazis with all those identical torches, all very neatly dressed. and they were convinced that white nationalism is on the rise. It turns out that is completely fake, and all those people are actors paid by the Southern Poverty Law Centre. But here's the thing. Now there are real reactionary white nationalist groups on the rise. And how long ago is that? It's taken
We've been documenting this for some time now.
8 years?
Yeah.
See, I think with the Islamic terrorism, it's the same sort of thing. Back 8-10 years ago, big things like the London 7/7 bombings and the train bombings, they were very clearly fake false flags. But now we actually have lots of real small-scale attacks with people just getting stabbed and people shouting Allahu Akbar in the street. But people are now thinking that that's all fake too. So it's sort of like a double negative psyop, that something is presented to the masses. Everyone look at this, it's really happening. And what it does is create extremism and hate.
Who actually do
And then
these
people start emulating it and actually doing it. And then you've got some people who have just had too much tin foil and they're convinced that all of that is fake as well.
Yeah.
Because some people in the truther community think that there are...
They think the entire thing is staged. Absolutely everything we see is staged and fake and gay. When it's not. Not everything is.
I think it has to be a synergy of everything on the scale. Or do you think everything is fake, Matt?
Everything? Well, it's a recruitment process, right? So they could keep it up until it's no longer fake, until they've actually gotten people on board.
Yes.
So everything is pretty fake and gay to an extent until it's until people are like on board because of the programming and the radicalism like creeps up. I mean, just think about it. They show an AI video of some woman getting shot in the face, and her last name's like Good, and the programming of like she had children and all this stuff. I mean, that alone is going to create this. It's going to create the narrative. I mean, controlled opposition has been around for a while, but now it's taking it a step further, where they're like literally out there on the streets, like recruiting people for their little army. I mean, this resurgence of the KKK, like who wants to be in the K? Like that's not a thing. It hasn't been a thing for a long time. Virginia, where that was, Charlottesville, Virginia, that's where I grew up, and that's where the Mason-Dixon line is, the river that cuts through Washington, D.C. And the Mason-Dixon line is the imaginary line that was slavery and no slavery. If you could get over that river to the north, you were free if you were black back in the day. And that's a very like poignant place for them to stage something like that, to bring back something that has long been eradicated. Black Lives Matter, perfect example. You've got people like we've got a nation that has gotten past it, and like from the 80s and 90s, I mean, there's a lot of equality. People are like, I grew up in a place where the color of my skin really didn't matter. London's very similar. Like I grew up in DC.
Not
had
anymore.
A lot of black
Not
friends.
anymore.
Right.
Skin color matters in London now.
Right. It's changed a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It matters now.
But the Black Lives Matter signs being waved all over the place, people were questioning whether they were racist and then pointing fingers at other people. Well, you must be racist. And don't Black Lives Matter? It's like, of course, Black Lives Matter. I mean, that slogan came from a think tank, funded by who, like, probably.
It was funded by George Soros.
Yeah, Soros. That's what
$33 million.
I kept thinking Bernie made up. Really, $33 million, of course.
No, literally, it was. I've still got the screenshot of the headline. George Soros wrote the first $33 million check to fund Black Lives Matter.
It's genius. I mean, really, it's genius. The signs are still up in my neighborhoods around here because heaven forbid you take those down, you're racist, right? And heaven forbid you even talk out against that agenda, you're racist. And like it starts to like rattle these cages of like bringing back these ideologies that were put to bed. These things have been gone for a long time. The KKK thing, I remember during all of that, I was getting propaganda in the mail of hate groups and what hate groups are in your community. And there were maps with all these little dots. And I wish I had it handy. There was about 20 different hate groups that they were saying were all up in my community. And they were it was all race driven. But it's like they didn't really exist. But the more that you say that they exist, the more people are forced to take a side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty textbook at this point. But by taking sides, it
I just-
exponentially like unravels. Yeah.
I just need to address a comment here in the from Kelly Anushka. Anything in the press is fake. Yes, I would disagree.
I would say that anything that's presented in the press has got a filter laid on top of it. It's much more nuanced than this.
Yes.
What the mainstream media can do is take an organic event and then present it to you as a psyop because it has been manipulated, tweaked.
For instance, let's use a pedestrian on a sidewalk a pavement mat getting run over by a car driving on the road, and that's an organic thing that happened. The media reports on it for the point of.
And they call it a hate crime.
Or they, depending on who, or they could use it, for instance, to say, "Oh, we need less cars on the road or more safety for pedestrians or whatever." But an organic incident still happened, which is being reported on. So I would argue everything in the media is not.
But that doesn't
fake.
say to some things that in the media aren't literally staged events. It's
Yeah.
always all of the above, in our opinion.
But that's where your Ramesh Imes come in, and nuance and discernment is required. I'm not saying everything in the media isn't used for a degree of propaganda or social engineering. I'm not saying that's not the case, but I'm saying that events that are reported in the media, okay, some of them are false flags, some of them are fake and gay, but a lot of them aren't.
Right. Let's talk about a news story that's in the media. Maybe Matt has heard about this, and I'm sure he has. This has been a big story in the States. It's been on Fox News that there is a growing number of scientists that have gone missing or have died since 2023. Some mainstream media reports are saying that these are nuclear
Get rid of the
scientists.
overlay there,
Yeah,
Michael.
sorry, Michael. One sec.
Where's the overlay gone? There we go.
Right. So this is a list of these scientists that are either deceased or missing, and the dates of their either death or when they went missing. The mainstream is saying that they are nuclear scientists. The tinfoilosphere is saying that these scientists were working on anti-gravity and wormholes and extra-dimensional technology. Have you heard this, Matt?
Oh yeah, I have a lot to talk about on this one.
Please, the floor is yours, bro.
But just to back up for a second, I will say a friend of mine who's black, he got hit by a car in my community, and the media, what they did was they announced it, and they say, we don't know if this was racially driven or not. It's like
there you go.
Like, it wasn't racially driven. Someone accidentally hit him with their car. That was it. They didn't hit him because he was black.
He didn't suggest that.
No, not at all. But the media spun it into this thing, opening the question for everybody. So, as truthers or conspiracy theorists, maybe we need even a new word. I don't even know what we are. We're a rising minority that will soon be the majority. And when we're the majority, watch out. Because the world will change when we get that title, when we start to like hit that 100th monkey, because definitely things are ramping up. I've seen different influencers talking about space and this recent April 1st moon thing. A lot of people are having a lot of conversations about that. So many people are talking about chemtrails now. I think there is a rising consciousness. People are waking up on all different levels of all different walks of life.
Matt, just on that note, before you go any further, sorry to butt you in. We're supposed to be in some kind of fuel shortage, and they just fucked the load up the wall through a rocket launch.
Literally a fucking massive
slingshot
rocket to
around
the
the
moon.
alleged moon and come back.
Hundreds of tons of high octane fuel just being spunked into the mesosphere.
For no actual purpose, apart from to say they
Didn't even go to the moon.
What
Right.
moon?
They didn't even stop on the moon.
So even that alone, the spending of all that money on jet fuel, obviously we know the truth behind that, but that got people upset. Like my mom, she was like, how dare they spend all that money when we're in a fuel shortage? I mean, and then it just furthers her hatred for Donald Trump.
Do you have a cost of living crisis? Those words specifically, cost of living crisis.
In America.
That those terms do come up because of
they do, yeah.
rising gas prices
And everything, groceries, eggs. I know that was a big
Just
thing.
like inflation versus no rise in wages, basically.
We're having it back in 2020 when the COVID psyop was happening. They were hammering it into us in the UK: hands, face, space. Wash your hands, cover your face, and keep space from people. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was like a mantra, and this is the same. Like everywhere, everyone's talking about cost of living crisis. It's the cost of living crisis. It's the same shit being drilled into the population. I was just wondering if you guys had it to the same degree over there.
Oh, surely, and that's likely to push the UBI eventually. I bet that's coming.
Yeah, for sure, for 100% it is. But you won't be allowed to drive with that. That won't include your like gas money if there is any gas, or like you won't be allowed if you're on UBI, you have to use the public transportation, I would imagine.
Right. Well,
that would be for the good of climate change and all of that. If you're on UBI from the state, they would say that you're not allowed to drive yourself, and then automatically you're already in your 15-minute city because your public transportation might not let you out of it.
Can we get back to subject of dead scientists, please?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, just really quick on the UBI, Trump is pushing like crypto, and soon will likely start like pushing out some digital dollars. But I would imagine that the digital dollars have terms. You know, this can only be spent on X, Y, Z. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. That's how you get your Trump coin. Yeah.
Yeah. So people are waking up, and there's psyops abound to try to basically keep us in fear and keep us in our box, right? And also to keep the division. Like, you're the crazy conspiracy theorist, and I'm over here like the normie or whatever, right? And so this whole, this whole like scientist thing is one, likely a distraction, but also it gives the conspiracy community something to just go crazy about. And then they lose their momentum on other things that matter. You know what I mean? Whatever's real that's going on in the world. I think that the dead scientist thing, if it's even real, like the fact that it first came out on Fox News, that already made me be like, what is this? Why is it only being reported by Fox News? And then the David Wilcock thing, that guy made me cringe from the get-go. He first was rolling around with like this Corey Good, like MK Ultra subject.
Corey Good
looked like
100%. Yeah.
We recorded a video about this guy on Wednesday that's coming out on Sunday night, and we share your sentiment. Some of the subjects he talked about may have some legitimacy.
It's fucking wild,
but
some
like
of the stuff that Corey Good talks about.
No, I'm talking about David Wilcock.
Oh well, both of them. It's just absolutely so fucking retarded. Wait, one sec.
The problem is you're a fucking retard.
Thank you, Mark Passy.
So what you're saying, Matt, is you weren't down with David Wilcock from day one. You thought he was iffy.
Well, I think as a truther, you know, you cultivate your gut discernment, and or just as a normal human being, like you see someone on the other side of the street waving a gun in the air, you don't go over and ask what his deal is, you walk away, right? I mean, they're street smarts. We've cultivated these by just living our lives. And David Wilcock, when he first came out, I don't know if you guys remember, but he said he was a time traveler.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, and he soon cut that because no one was buying it.
So how could anybody trust him after that? Like, give me a fucking break.
Well, he changed it. He wasn't promoting that. He just completely took that off the menu. Well, once he realised no one was buying that, and then just changed to his fucking secret space program, anti-gravity tech stuff, blue avians, and fucking all the rest of it.
Right. The first time I saw Corey Good, I was like, that guy's under mind control or something. Like the way that he talked, the way that his eyes looked, and the way that David Wilcock was like promoting him, like they were both like thick as thieves. Gaia TV seems to be bought and sold and totally controlled as well. The blue avians nonsense,
mate. The entirety of Gaia, right? Right. There might be little tiny bits of truth here and there, but ultimately the whole thing is just to lead you into a cul-de-sac.
Exactly. And then what what good are you when you
Yeah, you'll go nowhere
become
with
completely
Gaia. It's
brainwashed.
It's
So what
essentially a stand down operation.
So I think what it does is it gets these potential like revolutionaries. Like the truthers could be like leaders. Like we could be shining so bright that people are lining up to hear what we have to say, and we could be creating like community resilience, community gardens, barter systems, like bucking this transhumanism, technocracy that's being formed, right? Like we're supposed to be planning for the future that they're creating. Like we can see the writing on the wall, we can see what's coming. So being the ones with the eyes to see, we should be planning accordingly, knowing what's coming. But instead, the CIA or whoever's behind all this gets the people spun out and completely like this whole like dead scientist thing. It's like, what good is this to anybody? You get all spun out and you think that they're being killed, and then they're going to come out later and be like, oh, they were like, this is probably leading somewhere. Like, for instance, David Wilcock will rise from the dead and he'll say, well, I was actually on Mars and everyone else can go to Mars as long as they get the Elon Musk brain chip.
Allegedly, this dude is like me and Lance were saying, I won't do a spoiler for our video that we did, but we're not like Corey Good is clearly playing a role, playing acting, but we weren't sure if David Wilcock actually believes what he's saying.
Because we watched some of the testimony, and the thing is, I used to watch Project Camelot when I was first getting into this stuff. Looking back now, I cringe at myself. But you've seen, like I'm sure you have, you've seen loads of these videos of people that claim to be whistleblowers, right? Mm-hmm. Out of all of them, Corey Good wasn't. For one, he wasn't convincing. For two, he wasn't interesting. Three, he barely really has anything to say. It's the whole time. It's like David Wilcock is actually telling the story for him, and he's just sort of going, yeah, that's what happened. It's actually a bit bizarre what we watched anyway.
So I've been on what is that, Carrie Cassidy, Project Camelot? I think I've been on that show maybe 2 or 3 times, and every time it's just fear. It's only fear. And I try to be like an inspiring, like person, like truth is a frequency, and we can do something about this, and we can detox and mineralize and raise the vibration and do something about the chemtrails. But what I think that they want is for the truthers to be dismantled. You know what I mean? So for instance, back to the CIA bringing crack to the ghettos, they were worried about the blacks, the African Americans actually like coming together. Like the Black Panthers, they were terrified of them. Like they were creating community, and they were like brothers and sisters to take down, the government or whatever. Like there was concern. So they were infiltrated and shot down through different means. Also bringing the crack into the ghettos and having the black population like fall apart, through poverty, giving them malt liquor, like all these sort of things, right? It's not a coincidence that the ghettos are certain demographics and they can't, do anything but work minimum wage or sell drugs and what have you. There's not like opportunity for them. So for the truthers, it's like a consciousness thing. Like we are the trailblazers, and we very well could come together. Like during the lockdowns, for instance, during COVID, there was such an opportunity for us to come together and form communities and have our own like parallel society where we were like growing a perpendicular.
Yeah, but they people didn't, Matt, because they were getting paid from the government to sit at home on their ass.
Yeah,
and
but also
consume conspiracy media.
There's also controlled opposition like feeding that. There were people like going and saying, we're going to create a community in Mexico, and don't worry, once I have it all set up, I'll tell you where it is and you can come. And people are like, oh great, I'm glad you're doing that because I was considering doing it myself. There's aspects of controlled opposition that keep people from stepping up to the plate, essentially. You know what I mean? And I think that things like this, like the Corey Good, the David Wilcock, this is all leading people down this rabbit hole that does them no good. Like
it's a cul-de-sac. It's a cul-de-sac. It'll lead you nowhere.
Exactly. And so my feed is filled with like David Wilcock. He was such a hero. Rest in peace. Oh my God. So you've got people like all upset about his death, which is probably just like a big loosh fest, you know, for one.
Yeah.
People are broken and thinking that these amazing scientists were gonna like, I don't even know what this is gonna get spun into, but this is going somewhere. They're building this, and the fact that it's out of Fox News, but then the conspiracy community, the truthers, like, believe it. They only don't believe things when it fits their narrative, which is really hard for me. You know what I mean? I find that really difficult because the mainstream, we shouldn't be believing it regardless, even when it's saying that our heroes, which I don't know why anybody would have David Wilcock be their hero, but even when they're saying our heroes have died, we have to question that.
I don't know why anyone would have a hero.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think people should look up to
their own
themselves.
Yeah, be your fucking own hero.
That's a big thing. So where this is heading, I think it will go somewhere. Like, aliens have always been on the table, and the narrative keeps getting ramped up surrounding that. Likely all these people, quote, know something that is going to be exposed, and then it'll be validated because of these deaths. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, and I do wholeheartedly agree, to be honest, mate. Because look at this infographic we've got on the screen here. People are now stretching this out past these scientists. This is now going back to 2012, and I mean, okay, so you could say that David Wilcock and Nick Pope, who is the leading UK UFO specialist, who died on April 6th. You could say that's a bit of a coincidence that those two have died within 2 weeks of each other. Then you've got Eric von Daniken died in January. But to start linking all these other people back here to 2012, these are people I've never even heard of that were to do with ancient aliens, or they were, you know, professional pseudoscientists.
I know who Philip Coppins is, and
obviously I know Jordan Maxwell
and Kevin Burns there at the top right.
But do you not think this is a bit of a reach going right back to 2012? How many of these people got the Soviet Union jab? Look at that age group.
Yeah, a lot of them are
This
old
is
anyway.
really reaching.
Yeah, it is
isn't
100% reaching.
How many of these people actually even died?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, we go into some more detail with this on our Patreon video on Sunday about David Wilcock. We look at all of the evidence that was online. It's still even a little bit iffy that he's even dead. There's no official reports. It's all from the media. There's no police reports. They're still got a body. There's no reports from the family. It's all a bit weird.
Yeah, look, Dimebar here in the chat saying Jordan Maxwell not the fittest guy. Precisely.
Yeah, look at him. He doesn't. Yeah,
you know,
he looks like a jacket potato.
He does look like a jacket potato, doesn't he?
But you know what's really interesting is, just to make another point, is David Wilcock to me is a total agent of the state, right? But now that the rumor has surfaced that he died, heaven fucking forbid you say anything bad about the guy, because that's just insensitive and horrible. And I'm a horrible person now, right? So there's this like sensitivity around it, and then it gives cred to their work. I mean, it almost feels like that I should fake my death, and then people will start looking at the skies.
Ian Collins.
Just kidding.
Ian Collins has got the best comment here. Wilcock was fake and gay.
Yes.
Yeah, very.
So, right on I've actually got some screenshots here. These are the things that didn't manage to make it into Sunday night's video. This is from someone called Derek Bronze. He says here, "I see it has now been confirmed that the well-known grifter and liar David Wilcock is dead. I won't dance on his grave, but Wilcock is one of the worst purveyors of fake news and false saviours since at least the early 2000s. If he was struggling with mental health issues, perhaps it was because he was such a pervasive liar. And of course, now the conspiracy theories will begin claiming someone took him out when he was nothing more than a charlatan. He blocked me because I called him out." And the crazy thing is that there are loads of conspiracy theories around his death, which is exactly what he would have wanted.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, let's try Jeffrey Epstein. Right when that happened, there were memes all over the internet. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Epstein didn't kill himself. And then that makes you think, oh, well, he was taken out. That he didn't actually kill himself in jail. He didn't hang himself. He was taken out. He was murdered. The guy is alive and well. We all know that, right? So that it creates these muddied waters and twisted scenarios, get everyone spun out on falsehoods, right? Like the Epstein didn't kill himself. He's alive and well, and he's sipping on margaritas down in God knows where. But people get. Did you know that Jeffrey Epstein won the lottery?
Yes, I did. Twice.
Unreal, unbelievable.
Yeah, what are the
I mean,
chances
whole
of that?
thing.
Who wins the lottery twice?
And what I think that, and that's a whole nother story, but I think that entire situation, like going back to the FBI and what do they really do, you know, that entire situation of the Epstein files being released and then nothing being done about it, in game scenario, it just erodes the moral fabric of humanity. I mean,
part of the
literally,
reset.
Yeah, it's part of the reset. I've met children that are literally saying, "Oh, don't get Epstein. Don't. They're gonna, or let's have a Diddy party. We're gonna have a Diddy party."
Yeah.
Like, the fact is that systematically, the moral fabric of the next generation, because they play the long game. Okay, we're over here being told that it's the end. It's the world's gonna end tomorrow. Y2K. 2012, all these things, they get us in this space of fear where we're trying to figure out how we're going to feed ourselves next week. Meanwhile, they're playing generational long game. So they have a big bullseye on the children that are being born today, you know, and they have it so that they'll come into a world where the erosion of morality exists to the degree that, you know, it's absolute chaos, and Satan is alive and well, you know what I mean? And people don't even believe in the light anymore, and it's okay to block the sun, and pedophilia is just a way of life, you know, it's just a different.
Yeah, I'm totally down with what you're saying. We've actually got a phrase to describe this, and it's sort of like, this phrase is actually the antithesis of the Great Awakening. It's been called the Dark Enlightenment. So instead of everyone having a great awakening about the terrible hidden secret and then eradicating it in the Great Awakening, what happens is the terrible hidden secret is deliberately revealed to everyone to normalize it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Dark Enlightenment.
Which it was from 2020.
Yeah, and I think what that's what you've actually just described there perfectly. I'm conscious we've got about 19 minutes left of the stream with you, Matt, and I've actually collated 4 very short clips here, which are sort of a little bit climate
environmentally
and weather links.
Yes.
What should we start with? This one. We mentioned the Iran war earlier on. I came across this clip and it immediately made me think of you, mate. Here we go.
سرید سد داریان در شمال غربی استان کرمانشاه در شهرستان کاوه.
Okay, so you get the idea, Matt, and what it says here is there is a conspiracy theory that says that after Iran was destroyed, the American radars in Arab countries, the rainfall increased in Iran. I wonder if this is true, but Adumadillah, for God's mercy in Iran, here is the overflow of a dam in Pave in Iran. I think what they're saying, after 7 years, this is the first time they've had a flow like this. Is that crazy conspiracy theory, Matt, from what you know?
Well, that's fascinating. And like back to the Dubai thing, I think that this is all becoming very normalized. There's private companies now that are dimming the sun without any transparency or scrutiny. I think that it's systematically becoming mainstream to the point that people won't be able to even know what's going on. Oh, is it cloud seeding? Oh, is it solar radiation management? Oh, is there global warming and they need to do it for us? This seems to be just normalizing the weather engineering, you know, through seemingly like conspiracy revelations, but in game, they want it to be like official and public, but not disputed, you know?
Well, we coined it something like, what would we call it? It's like the mainstream alternative. this new type of media that's coming out that's everywhere and on the mainstream platforms, whether it's clips or news stations like GB News.
Yep.
They're claiming to be the alternative media.
GB News.
But they're actually the mainstream media. It's
Yeah,
like
of
it's
course they are.
mainstream
Like Piers
alternative.
Morgan.
Yeah.
He claims to be alternative media, but he's not. He's a fucking product of the mainstream.
Well,
he's just doing
Tucker,
his show.
Tucker
online.
Carlson
Yeah,
as well.
Tucker Carlson.
You know, some of the stuff he's talking about, it would be tinfoil stuff a couple of years ago.
And look at Clandis Ovens.
Yes, exactly. Another great
So
example.
During the rally in London, in Marble Arch last year, Piers Morgan came up and grabbed the microphone and tried to speak. And luckily, I had the intel and awareness to not let him be involved. But he literally
did not.
grabbed the microphone. Yeah, and then he went out in the crowd with a megaphone and tried to speak over me while I was speaking.
Wait, hold on, Matt. Hold on, Matt.
Are we talking about the same person, Piers Morgan?
Yeah, the old bloke with the glasses.
No. He doesn't.
Oh, you're talking about Piers Corbyn.
Piers Corbyn.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh
talking
no,
about
yeah,
this.
he's an absolute idiot.
Mhm.
Oh
Sorry.
mate, no. Piers Corbyn which is Jeremy Corbyn's brother. I've been side by side with him at protests before, and the people that he goes there with and he associates with look like literal tramps. I'm convinced that he is put there to make truthers look stupid and give people a bad name. I've seen videos of him.
He looks like Rumpelstiltskin.
You've seen is it him that had a flamethrower at one of those Hope events, at those children's events?
Surely not.
And was demonstrating a flamethrower or something like that. You know, just really fucking weird and reckless shit. So he tried to get on the mic at your thing.
I guess Piers is a common name. I didn't even know that. Yes, he did. And then after the entire rally was over, he went up and grabbed the mic and just started speaking. And then we had to take it away from him. So he got on his megaphone and tried to make a scene. But luckily, even though there's so much controlled op in the States and in England and all around the world, really, there are some amazing awake people. And we're able to find each other just by being on the same frequency. And so I have some amazing allies over there that were able to clue me in on who's who and who not to allow to speak and what have you. And of course, my own intuition. But it is a wild world out there trying to decipher and get down to who's who. And I think ultimately you just have to judge a tree by its fruits. That's all you can really do.
No, I think that's a fair shout as well.
Careful, Lance. The cat's gonna go.
Yeah,
all over the
Hermes,
keyboard.
can you get out of the way? What's the next one? Okay, check this out. No, on the face of it, it's quite impressive, isn't it? You know, terraforming or
the desert
or geoengineering the what's that? The Taklamakan Desert in China. Is this as benevolent as it looks, Matt? In your opinion, this kind of stuff?
Well, the first thing that I ask myself is this even true? Is this even real? Like, how do we know this is even real or true? And then second thing that comes to mind is what's their end game with this? Like, are they trying to convince people that weather engineering is a great idea, or that China is on top of it and we should take a page out of their book? You know, because they do have social credit systems and all these other things over there as well.
Are they
maybe.
practicing for terraforming Mars?
Right. Yeah, that too. You know, like maybe this is fake, and maybe they'll say, "Oh, well, we need to do this on Mars, and you're welcome," and then that'll be fake. Like, we're entering into a world, like with this AI, the way that it's come out and everybody gets to bicker over everything and not think anything is real, and then now nothing is real. I think it's going to create a superhuman where we have like such intuition and gut discernment that we are unfoolable. But until then, there's going to be a lot of fooling. There's going to be a lot of tomfoolery going on where people are just completely bamboozled, like left and right. Like, this is probably completely fake, but we'll create another story on top of it that leads to another story. And then Donald Trump will be saying that he's going to, you know, terraform the desert in the US or something like that, and then everybody will be all excited about it, and it'll just push the open the door more for geoengineering and what have you, because slowly but surely they're normalizing the spraying. The Dubai rain thing, I thought that was a normalization like attempt as well, where people are
100%.
thinking, oh, this is a thing, this is good. They've taken old technology and then they're reintroducing it to us under their narrative to push their end game.
Yeah, I'm down with you.
What
on
else have we
that.
got there, Lance?
Okay, I've got 2 more clips. One is called cow vaccines, and the other one is called box of ticks. What should we do first?
Do the cow vaccines.
Cow
in France.
vaccines,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We're going to France.
Toujours dans le même sens, monsieur.
Eh non.
Attends, je discute plus. C'est pas la peine, vous ne voulez pas entendre.
mais je comprends. Madame.
Non, si vous compreniez, monsieur, vous ne seriez pas de là, moi. Parce que vous connaissez pas l'histoire de la ferme. Si, monsieur.
Je connais pas l'histoire de la
Voilà. Donc, nous allons arrêter le...
Okay, so I thought this had subtitles. Luckily, I remembered what this video was about. This is the gendarmerie in France using high-tech thermal imaging cameras to check if farmers are hiding unvaccinated cows from the inspectors
who are going to come and force vaccinate them if they're hiding them.
So there's a few different things going on in that headline, which I've just summarised there. For one, they are force vaccinating cows and farmers are hiding their cows. And for two, they're using
thermal imaging camera, probably on drones.
It's probably a lot more sophisticated than they're using to stop the boatman invasion of
Yeah,
the channel.
100%.
I think that's why I chucked this one in there. But is this more evidence of the sort of an increasing bioconvergent digital police state?
What are they vaccinating for with the mRNA? Is that what's going on?
I would say
assume
so. I would
yeah.
assume so, that it's probably the new vaccine that's being introduced that the farmers have said no, enough is enough, and I would assume it's the mRNA. Yeah.
We even have it in the mainstream over here that they're vaccinating spinach.
I've seen lettuce, salad lettuce. Yeah.
Right, lettuce with the mRNA, which I don't even get it. But if that's even real, again, if that's even true, like, are they just normalizing it? Oh, well, if the lettuce can get it, then surely I can get my 10th booster. You know, I think that the food supply is surely under attack, and it has been for some time. And getting the tech in the animals, and then we eat the tech. I mean, there is a biodigital convergence unraveling, and it's really weird and scary. And it starts with getting things in our water, getting things in our food, getting things in our air, it's a very wicked, but also I think it's a lot of fear mongering too. Like, people think that there's graphene and everything and there's nothing that we can do and we're all doomed. And then there's the Morgellons and we're all doomed and all this, what have you. I think that ultimately we have to take our power back and realize that if we weren't watching all these things on the news, they wouldn't even be occurring. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, it's really true. I wouldn't know about all these things if I wasn't on social media and getting inundated with the fear-based propaganda. So to an extent, we have to just unplug and realize that we are sovereign and we are very powerful spiritual beings, and that the end game is to take that away from us and turn us into robots, and to take away our power psychologically, to beat us down psychologically is the first objective.
The end game is to forget you ever had a soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Something you said there, I totally agree with. And I've just forgot what it was. Damn.
Come on, Lance.
Sorry, I'm looking at the comments and I'm trying to press a button here as well. I'm going to have to come back and recap that. I think we've got one more clip. Right. I'll just go down to the bottom. Box of ticks.
You should do a little research. What I want to know is, why are people finding box of ticks on their farmland, specifically large farms with cows, sheep, goats, horses? What reason would people want to spread ticks and make that become a problem for farmers? I think we better start researching this and find out what exactly is going on, because this is quite concerning. And it's not just one person, it's not just one farmer, but many farmers are finding ticks on their property. But this is really weird. I know Pfizer is coming out with some new products to help get rid of Lyme disease, but that can't have nothing to do with it. We all know we can trust our government. Does anybody have any ideas what the hell's going on? Why they're finding boxes full of ticks in open fields on people's properties? Something's really weird.
So, there's a couple of things here. We've showcased on Rise Above before that the social engineering class like to fuck with ticks because they're very small and pretty much undetectable. And there is a document where it says there's, I think Bill Gates was involved with
It was Bill Gates funded
to make you, this tick will bite you and then you will become allergic to red meat.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of it?
Actually, I have a dear friend who got bit by a tick and is allergic to red meat. He also cannot eat
there
pork.
you go.
And that is a thing. So these videos...
But that was
and,
engineered, Matt. That was engineered. This paper says that was a deliberately engineered tick to do that.
Mhm. Well, yeah, I mean, Lyme disease, Plum Island, all that stuff is, I think that was also engineered. So the boxes of ticks, to me, is an interesting discernment test. So for me, and I'm very jaded, I'm not the normal, like, truther, right? Because I've been through it. And I've had friends that in the chemtrail world that were chemtrail activists who were like my best pals for a few years. And then I realized that they were like agents of the state, and that'll like crush a man's soul and make you really jaded. So I'm in a place where my discernment is kind of like fine-tuned at this point. So when I started seeing these box of ticks videos, like, are they spraying ticks, like dropping them from planes or whatever? Yes. Like, likely, yes. I've had people reach out to me even a decade ago with like, there's ticks falling from the sky. What do you think this is, Matt? What's going on? The boxes of ticks on farms, to me, that doesn't make any sense. That's just the first thing that came to mind. Why would they be leaving boxes of ticks? Why wouldn't they just dump the ticks out? Like, why are you going to leave them in a
it's
box?
a bit obvious.
Well,
Okay.
It's to infect the farm animals.
Okay.
No, but he's saying
So-
if you were trying to infect the farm animals, why wouldn't you just empty the ticks on the
Well,
floor
yeah,
so they
yeah,
were spread out
yeah.
rather
Why
than
would you
leaving a
leave the
of them?
box there? You're incriminating yourself. Okay. So my first question is, who is this guy? People trust a random bloke. Sorry, I'm just trying to use British words.
No,
I'm
no,
not
it's good.
even
It's all
that
good.
good
I
at
No,
it.
we like it.
Okay. So why are they trusting this random guy? Because he's got a TikTok. So because this video is on your phone or on your computer, and it's pressing your conspiratorial buttons, it's like it's basically
harvesting your loosh.
It's bait. It's bait.
Yes,
It's like-
it is.
It's a piece of bait. It's a hook and bait.
It's pushing your I'm sorry, I'm lacking the words. You've got these ideologies in your head, and they're amping them up by telling you what you want to see and what you want to hear. So they're giving the conspiracy theorists something to run with, and then people go nuts with it and share it, and they're like, oh my gosh, they found boxes of ticks, and look, there's even this video. The TikToker has a video of the box of the ticks. It's like, just because it's a TikToker with a video and it maybe went viral because they let it go viral doesn't make it true. Like, who is this guy? What is his motivation? How do we know he's not being paid? How do we
Where's
know
the
he's not even
pictures of the
AI?
boxes of ticks?
Yeah, why didn't so if there was a box of ticks on my farm, the first thing I would do is take a photo of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And that should be going viral.
Yeah.
So the fact is, like, the box of ticks probably would have been dumped out if it was really being planted on someone's land. Like, why would they all be in the box? Like, this just doesn't make any sense to me at all. But they have to disclose what they're doing, and that's probably part of the disclosure, because they are releasing ticks, and they do have these diseases in them, and they do have this new disease in them, which will make you not able to eat red meat. That is part of the agenda. But are there boxes of ticks being placed on farmland? That just sounds kind of doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It seems like that's just adding to it's fueling the propaganda of in the conspiracy world, getting us all spun out on something that's not true.
Yeah.
And when we're sinking our hooks into falsehoods, we're not on that frequency of truth. You know, it's just amplifying something that we already think is true and giving us something to sink our teeth into, but it's really just lies that we're spreading, and that's not getting us
There's a
anywhere.
great comment here. I know we got to wrap up in a sec from these being ironically on TikTok.
Yeah, of course. Matt, we have to wrap up because we've got to keep it under 3 hours, literally 50 seconds left. I want to say thank you very much for joining us once again. Give a 10-second, 20-second plug for your website.
Yeah, please check out frankenskies.com. If you haven't seen the movie, please do. Join us in London if you can on the 20th June, Marble Arch. There's a website, stopgeoengineeringlondon.co.uk with the information there. I look forward to seeing you all there.
Guys, we will see you lot on Wednesday night. Sign up to Patreon. The QR code has been on the screen and the link is in the description. I want to thank you once again, Matt Landman, Rise Above TV. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Word to your nan.
Word to your nan. Join Patreon and see you all on Wednesday night. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Peace out, Rise Above.